we go.
One thing this station doesn't skimp out on, and it's legal IDs.
That's right.
We do 4 of them a day.
It's Monday.
4 of them an hour.
That's awesome. Said no one ever.
Well, it's Monday on the last week until vacation. So, yes, it is awesome.
I did. I was telling that to Angie yesterday that we shouldn't even be here this week.
It doesn't matter. The week before and the week after vacation are pointless weeks.
Especially when we come back after vacation because we only got 3 days.
I know.
And then we're back to the weekend. Great. I don't think that's going to be hard to come back to. I think that Monday.
That following Monday.
That following Monday, yeah. Hey, it's Jake and Tanner Show. My name is Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Tanner.
Hi, Tanner. Good morning. Oh, did you see that picture? I think that...
I still don't think it looks like me that much.
Oh, my dear God.
Maybe it's because of the phone.
Can we...
Like how
let me see if I have
crappy
I might not have it.
The quality was. If it's on the Facebook.
Your wife
posted it.
Yeah, please. Oh, yeah, that's right. Put it up on or go to the Facebook, or is it the fan page, or is it?
I don't know. It's one of them.
It's one of them. Go to it, and there.
Because I didn't want to get into this right now. I don't really think it looked that much. Oh, and if you text TV to 71090, you can watch us live today.
I will tell you this: if you ever see me at a concert, it's because Joe made us go do something.
That's true.
I will never. I like Lee Bryce. I don't mind the guy. I think he's really good. It was fun when Angie and I went a couple years ago. We did it this year. We went to the Rave in Milwaukee. 3 tickets.
That's a fun venue.
Hated it.
Did you go up top?
No, I hated I am too old. I don't know if I'm too old for concerts, but I kept thinking this. I went, man, an Eric Clapton sit-down concert would be really nice right now. I want seats and space.
Yeah.
Like, even if the seats don't have that much space, I know this is mine. I know if I go to the bathroom, I can come back and be right here again.
Yeah, in the same location.
The Rave is filled with that's a young crowd to me. Even though Lee Bryce Pohl's my age.
That building has like 3 venues in it.
I guess, maybe, yeah.
Did you
probably
go to
right.
the top floor?
I went to the top floor where you got, I think they had like seating up there, but I don't know if you had to pay for those.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
It's an extra charge.
I hated everything about it.
Really?
When you would accidentally bump into people.
A long time ago that you don't like. That
I don't like concerts.
Never go to concerts.
I want sit-down concerts, man.
I don't know if there is any because you said Eric Clapton, but I guarantee people stand up for that.
Maybe he's got a really old crowd.
But like, I went to go see Rush when I was 16.
Yeah,
Rush. I mean,
sure,
Rush at the amphitheater in Milwaukee, where every seat is a seat. Yeah. And the second that Rush got there, everybody stood up.
Well, no, when we went to, I don't know, we were at another place with Lee Bryce a couple years ago in Milwaukee. I don't know, and there were seats. When his slower music would play, you would see some people start sitting down. And he has a ton of slower music.
If I was a
performer,
it'd be like if we were doing JTX and everybody just like when we started getting into a slower game, they just were like, okay, this seems like the part to go to the bathroom at. Actually, that did happen. During not choose your weapon. Do you trust me? My wife was like, it wasn't bad, but it was good because it gave people a chance to go and get a drink and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm watching Eric Clapton right now. And they're right. They are standing.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is I want, even though it's not a lot of space, I know this is my chunk here of real estate that I bought.
You want like a this is my area. I can put my coat there and feel fine.
Yeah, I want to be able to come. There was a ton of drunk people. Obviously, it's a concert.
Oh,
I might be just too. I'm not a big concert goer, but I mean, I might be just too old. I don't mind. I like it. I would like to go see Eric Clapton. I'd like to go see Lee Bryce.
But going to a concert isn't for people who don't.
Are just okay with. You're right. You are right.
You're going out of your way to only focus on that performance and that music. You're not that kind of person.
It was difficult. Did the sound? And maybe I'm just getting older because now I'm complaining I couldn't hear it very well. The sound. Lots of people. Too many people going to see Lee Bryce.
Too many people.
I don't know. If I never go to a concert again, I'm okay. And if I never go to the rave again, even better. I think I told you, I said if I had a razor blade, I'd slice my throat up right now. I think I text you that.
Yeah, I don't mind the rave. The last time I went, it was probably around what?
I just remember that girl that took the picture and said this looks like Tanner, the guitarist, and I went, oh, let me look at that. I swear to God, it was you.
I don't see it. The guy's got a neck beard.
If you were wearing your glasses and had that hat, I think it would look identical to you. My little heart got so excited thinking about, what if Tanner was really just that awesome at guitar and he just had to fill in real quick and didn't want to tell me because he doesn't want people to think he likes country music?
That could be it. I could see that. That guy's got
made like $400 or $500.
He does have skinny arms and a fat little middle. That could be me.
Skinny little arms, fat little middle. Text TV to 71090. You can watch us live in the studio. You can also just text 71090. Sunseekers text line. You can call us 866-916-0959. You can email us. We got emails. I don't know what they are.
Oh, God.
Jake and Tanner.
It's just Jake and Tanner Show at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know.
Don't
sounds
email
right.
us.
I haven't checked the email. Maybe we got something. Let me check. You can also get our MySpace and our Facebook. We're at Twitter.
Twitter. We should push Twitter more. Actually, if you're listening right now and you're not following us on Twitter, go home because you don't deserve today's day of work. Like, you don't deserve that pay.
What do you mean if they're not following us on Twitter?
If they're not following us on Twitter,
we got to use it. I guess
don't get your pay today.
I just don't.
Follow us on there, and then you can get paid.
Do you think we would utilize it more if we followed more than just Keanu Reeves?
No.
Okay.
Why would we?
I don't know.
Don't tell us. Don't.
I don't know.
Don't you dare.
Don't Doug you.
Yeah.
Remember our old boss, one of our bosses at our other station, made us follow on Twitter. Made us follow certain people,
other radio
shows that he said you should be listening to these guys because they're a ton better.
Now he's a smart man.
Dougie Doug. Yeah.
He's not. He didn't get where he was from being an idiot. He just he didn't want to listen to us, but he was working for the station, not us.
Yeah, I think he hated that Tom too. Oh, they're talking Artie Lange right now. Now wait, you're gonna. Well, I don't want to get into this right now, but just if you get a peek at his nose, because I do have a picture. Is that him?
Yeah,
that might not be him. Is it?
That's Artie Lange.
Is it?
That's not Artie Lange.
No way. Now Artie Lange wouldn't be on a Total Gym workout commercial.
That looked like Artie Lange though, didn't it?
And he's in the news. Where's our Twitter shout-outs?
Oh, let's hop on the Twitter.
I'm on there right now. Nobody. See, nobody uses Twitter.
This is what we call.
Who's the Snap? Does Snapchat still a thing? Because I have it on my phone. I haven't used it in years.
Man, I don't know. I feel like I
tell you what's on my phone.
I hear a lot
really
of things about Snapchat.
The chat.
People selling their body on there.
I got Snap. What?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, they don't sell their body. But what they'll do is they'll like, hey, you give me Snap Cash, which I think is a thing, and I'll send you a picture of my parts. I think that's a real thing that happens on Snapchat. Because I keep seeing the memes.
Snapchat I got Instagram. I don't use those two things. I should probably get rid of both. Or once we get a producer, their job.
Man, that producer is going to have such a hard job. We have been putting off a lot of self-bettering things for the show that we have been putting off and just saying, when a producer gets here, that's when it all turns around. That's when we become a social media mogul.
Yeah.
That is when we really kick it into a gear.
Well, they are going to have to update a lot of things. Well, once we get did she ever, I know this is behind the scenes things, but our JakeandTannerShow.com.
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
I have things, but I don't know how to do other things with it, so.
Becky! Becky just followed us!
Becky!
She followed us 28 seconds ago, which I don't know if you remember this. This is how this all began because there was a guy that used to work here named.
Oh, no, we got tons of people.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know.
Trevor!
Oh, Kyle. Give a Kyle a shout out.
Kyle! These are Twitter shout outs, by the way. We did this in like 8 one day. Jake Andert!
The guy that used to do these, this was his thing. What was his name? That used to work here. Not Dayton. Chugs used to do this on his night show, and then when they all of a sudden just gave him mornings, that's a big transition to go from nights to mornings.
Jamie!
Alex Green. He came into the morning show and he started doing his Twitter shout outs.
I'm telling you what.
Wait, is that guy? That guy's not on radio anymore. Did we ever look that up?
He might be.
Chugs?
Yeah.
There was.
I know. Nikki's in the market yet.
Say goodbye, Nikki.
Bye, Nikki. I remember there was one person that would fill in on the mornings.
Who?
Here. I don't want to say it.
Wait. They would fill in the mornings for like when
Doug
and or was this when Dayton was doing it?
No, Nikki. When it was Dayton, Nikki, and then maybe it was Dayton. When one of them was gone, this person was there, and then they would always get the last word in after they would say goodbye, Nikki. Say goodbye, Nikki. Goodbye, Nikki. And then this person would just come in and be like, rah! And then it would fade out.
Who remember that?
We used to laugh so hard.
Was it somebody that worked at different day parts?
Yes.
Is it somebody that's here now?
Yes. What? Hold on. What? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we used to laugh so hard because we would come in air checking and laugh.
Say goodbye, Nikki. Bye, Nikki.
A lot of fun we used to have.
I'll tell you, Dayton Kane was one of the nicest guys on the planet. That's too. I enjoyed working with him.
So did I.
If he could ever get back over this way, it would be fun.
I didn't enjoy watching the light die out of his eyes.
I didn't enjoy watching him cry.
Yeah,
just cry in his office.
That wasn't fun.
Come on in.
Well, especially because he had an office that I think was a big closet at one point in time. So, like, he had no windows. So then he was like, I can't wait because I'm ordering fatheads that look like windows with the Milwaukee skyline. And I was like, Dayton, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I'll tell you, that guy, when we first met him and when he was bringing us over there into Milwaukee, that guy had so much spirit, so much joy. Talking to him, you would have thought we were already number one down there.
Oh my God, yeah. He was ready. He was talking about like, there's going to be 50. We're going to have 50 remotes. We're going to be everywhere. You guys
what did he say? He said he made $5,000 in like
$2,000 in 5 weeks.
$2,000 in 5 weeks,
great
just
extra
with
money.
Just extra doing that, and that never happened. And then you could just slowly, oh my God, as the months went past, little pieces of him just started disappearing,
and then
it just became an empty vessel.
And then we kept asking, like, we don't know, should we buy a house here because it was starting to feel weird. And for the longest time, it was, I don't know why you guys don't think you're going to be here in 6 months. And then one day we were like, I don't know, Dayton, should we buy a house here? And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to have a job on Friday. I mean, you can buy a house. I shouldn't have bought mine.
Yeah, he said it's just the biggest mistake I've ever made.
The mistake I did was buy a house down here, but you do whatever you want.
I think her name is Al or AI. Just followed us.
Oh, I'm way behind here. Lynn Palmer!
Amber. Yeah,
Amber Becker!
Megan Morse!
Amber Scanlon!
I saw, if anybody's wondering what happened to Doug and Mary, because I know that, I mean, you were with the guys for like 17 years or whatever, or however long they were here. Which, by the way, it's really, really, they would probably argue this, well, they really can't. It's really hard to be a married couple and have a morning show, because once it fails, what do you do?
Here's my thing.
That's a tough one.
If you are going to...
And they usually always fail.
If you are going to be a married morning show, I want you to be a married morning show that is a toxic marriage.
Just always arguing, always fighting.
Passive aggressive arguments.
Just
I want you to get divorced.
Like something happened the night before, and you can just tell.
Yes. I want you guys taking separate cars to work even though you're married. I want you arguing.
Yeah. My God, I would listen to that show. It's kind of what we
I'd
do
listen
here.
every day if I knew that there was a radio show that was going to get divorced.
Well, anyway, they everybody after they get canned, they say, I'm going to start a podcast. And some probably become successful. It is a tough thing to do, to try to supplement all of your income in getting for podcasting. It's a long process.
It's really, because you got to find sponsors, and then you gotta find people who will pay to hear your podcast, even though 90% of them are free.
So they ended up doing that for a minute, and then they had a Facebook page, and maybe they're still doing it. I don't think they are, but I know they changed that right into real estate. I hope that goes well for them, because it does suck, man. When you have a family, I think they have a family. I know they have each other. Well, Anyway, and you get canned from radio and you don't want to move because you lived around that area forever.
Yeah.
So I really do, if they're listening or whatever, which I doubt it, but I really do hope it goes well for them, because it sucks being out of the business and trying to go get another gig and it didn't work out and now you don't want to move. So I hope they become extremely successful doing that.
I hope that you and I are in this market long enough to where we say we don't want to move out of it. Like when we get fired, where it's like, I guess we'll just open a bar.
Which I think we should open up something. I think in the beginning it would be really, really tough because we'd probably be there for a long time. But a lot of days.
Where
but
are we opening it?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying. I think later the work would pay off, and it would just become where we didn't have to be there all the time. I know two brothers. The one they have coffee shops, and they are states away. And that's how they ended up doing it, because they're both in the business. Colton keeps telling me, he's like, let's do it. I'm like, Colton, I don't have any money. What do you want to do?
Yeah, do you right?
You can just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what world you're living in. It's some millennials.
I
just want it now.
Stupid millennials. Stupid. The worst.
So we got to probably get going, I would think.
Yeah.
We do have a take from Jake and Tanner. I think it's more than $20 today.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. I think it's $40 or $60. I just don't think we've updated that. That's going to be happening sometime. Oh, it looks like it's in the 8 o'clock hour.
It might be 80, honestly.
Yeah. And maybe we should check on my baby bees.
Your balls?
We should check on them, see how they're doing.
What do you mean check on them?
I don't know. I need you to look at something.
Nope.
We'll do it next.
tell you what.
That sounds like a wonderful song.
I don't get.
Sounds great.
What does that stand for?
Taki taki taki.
Taki taki.
I don't know. It's probably racist. I need to stop.
It's gotta be. Let's hold on. Goo.
God, I hate this type of music.
I like some of it because it's catchy. But I don't get.
What song is that again? That whatever that is. I'm creepy moaning.
Shawn Mendes. Taki. Taki is such in.
Taki. I better stop saying that. You better please tell me what that means. I remember when we'd get so mad because we would say something at the other stage. Not too bad here, but we'd say something. Well, not bad here because we don't really play music. But at the other stations, people would get offended, and you'd be like, "Did you just hear what Taki just said in the chorus of that?"
Oh yeah, we done that. We do that here.
I need you need to start talking more straight.
Yeah, we done that here. And it was the top songs that were dirtier than the Jag and Tanner show.
Oh, we did do that.
That stupid Bozzy song.
Bozzy?
Find it. Click on music.
Where's music?
It's down there.
Man, I really got to learn more. I really got to learn more to these systems.
Type in B. Damn it, I thought it'd show up.
Boggy, what'd you call it?
Bozzy.
Boz. B-A, isn't it?
I know there's Z's. Yeah, it might be A. Go back to A.
B-A-Z.
Mine. Click mine.
Okay.
And just start it. And listen to this. Oh. Those people can't hear it.
Who can't?
Them.
Oh. Here, I'll just...
Yeah, there we go. Okay, listen to this.
This is going to get canned anyway.
You so precious when you smile.
We'll get rid of it.
That's fine.
Right
Smiling's great.
Hit it from the back and drive you wild.
Hit it from the back?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah. Bad Bozzy!
That is not what I want my 8-year-old daughter to sing in the back seat!
Well, it used to be, remember when it was the dirtiest thing on the air was like...
Like blow my whistle?
Yeah, Flo Rida saying...
Whistle.
Can it make it whistle, baby, whistle, baby? And like it was an innuendo. Now there's another song that's like, she's so nice, I'm not gonna use a rubber. And it's like, Jesus, are you not even?
They're not even trying anymore. Just hit it from the back.
Hit it from the back, drive you wild. That's why when we ever get a complaint, I just want to start listing off songs and lyrics that says, is this really better than us?
I don't know. I've never been like a super huge fan of this type of music. Hey guys, this is from Liv.
Tyler?
No.
Damn it! One day, Liv Tyler's gonna acknowledge us
from the Twitter. This is how much we check it. This is from November 2nd. Hey guys, I couldn't find your email, so DM it is. I just wanted to quickly say that thank you for being so entertaining and being yourselves on the radio. I'm from Oshkosh area, but have moved to Colorado recently. You casually mentioned having a podcast months ago on air, and so I now have the opportunity to listen to you on the podcast every day. It's like having a piece of home here with me. It makes me smile every time I listen. Thank you. Oh, this is fun.
When was that from?
This is fun. I want to go through the messages.
Oh, that was Liv.
I want to go through our messages that we haven't responded to. This is from June 4th. What was the song that you played on Monday? You want to just put something there real quick?
Bozzy.
Mine. Yeah. Somebody wants your Pokemon Go.
No.
This guy's from Daniel Murphy's from the UK. Wants us to play Flo Rida.
We've gone international!
Kristen Cass says, you guys make my morning. Love you. Shut up, Kristen.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know anything.
What about Cody? What about Cody Tesh?
The Codys?
From April 11th, 2016. Hey, guys, I cannot wait to come back. I had a blast.
Wonderful. I don't know I haven't.
We have to do a reunion show next year.
Yeah, make that happen. Let's sign up for...
who is this Cody Tesh?
I don't know.
Because you offered them third mic.
I know who that is.
You SOB?
No. Just to come in. He's the rodeo guy.
Oh my God!
This guy, we had to do. what do you call that? Bull riding. We were
a bull riding competition.
You know, for the PBR or whatever, came to the BMO Harris, was the BMO Harris at that time. And then we had to go to a bar and hang out with that guy because he was signing autographs. And that guy got the most drunk I've ever seen anybody get, including my old man.
Yeah, he got so drunk.
He was peeing. We went in to pee, and then he came in behind me, and he was like, you know, he wasn't even making sense. He was just doing a lot of cowboy lingo. And then
every time he spit, it made the spittoon sign, even though I did not see a spittoon anywhere.
I think he was just doing it.
Yeah.
So, and then he goes like this. And he's peeing. He goes, "Yeah, things are about ready to erupt, boys," just like that. And then everybody's like, "Yay!" because they didn't know what. And then he goes, and just starts, he starts throwing up into the urinal. And then a guy over on the other side goes, "Is this happening right now?" And then he goes, "Hell yeah, it is!" And he does it again. And then he gets, and then he goes, he zips up and he goes, "Ma just made room for more beer." And then he walks out.
God.
They never invited that guy again.
No, he actually, we because our old producer used to be way too into bull riding and roping and whatever.
I didn't mind bull riding. I thought that was kind of fun. I think I would be amazing at it.
Yeah, but no, you wouldn't. And she was like, he's not allowed to go out anymore.
No, they kicked him off. I didn't think they kicked him off the tour.
But he's very charismatic. So they were like, "You go out to the bars, you promote this,"
because he was great at talking, and he seemed like a legit cowboy, and that's what people want.
But he was better at drinking.
Very good at drinking,
and
he wasn't around his wife, and he was getting attention because he had a cowboy hat on, and he rode bulls. Are you kidding? You might as well say you're a flippin'. They were going to country bars, and you were wearing a cowboy hat, and you rode bulls for a living. You might as well just say that you flew jets in a normal bar.
We went to a bar that had a mechanical bull in it.
Yeah, wasn't he so drunk that he didn't even last on, or did he even get on it?
No, he's too good at it.
Oh, he was fine on it.
Yeah, like
you got on it, I think.
Yeah, every time there's a mechanical bull, I am such a weird woo girl when it comes to mechanical bulls because I'll pay any amount of money to get on it.
Speaking of woo girls, and I don't want to sidetrack here, at that concert there was a woo girl right behind me, and I'm too old for woo girls. And everything that happened, it was woo, and it reminds me of my sister because my sister would do that out of any event she was at.
Your sister's a woo girl?
Oh my God! It could be the kids' baseball. It was anything. She would woo like that, and so every time she did it, it went Jody in my head, and I'm like, Angie, I can't be here any longer.
Is that?
Oh, my thing?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, how long's it been since you got snip?
It's been a week ago yesterday.
Oh, you got a big plan for it today?
No, I did it.
Because
I did the things yesterday. I made some things happen.
How'd it feel? Like, did it hurt? That's not what I wanted to ask.
Boy, my wife.
That's not what I wanted to ask.
She said that. She goes, "Are you going to talk about it?" She goes, "Just don't talk about this." Well, I am. I'm not going to talk about it in too much detail.
No. I want to know. I don't want to hear about it at all. Let that be clear. I don't want to hear any details.
It was very nerve-wracking for me because I didn't know if it was going to hurt or not.
I want to hear, was there ketchup in the mayo?
Oh, I don't know.
Did it hurt?
I don't know about any of that.
Ew.
That's gross. Blah. Just, you might as well say it. It would have been a better analogy, or it would have been better than the analogy you gave.
Which part?
All of it. Everything that you just said a few seconds ago, you need to rework. I'll tell you off air because it's.
No, did it hurt? Yes or no?
No. And it was.
Damn it!
It didn't. No, nothing did. Afterwards, yeah, a little bit.
I wanted it. What?
Not during, but afterwards, it was like, oh man, it's like I really worked it. Like they were weightlifting and they're sore.
I wanted it to be like Virginity 2. Like a sequel. Like that's what I wanted. I wanted you to have some kind of weird, profound moment where then you were, Andrew would have had to sit you down and said it gets better over time. Like that's what I wanted, but it's not. I have so much high hope. If nobody knows what
that's what we're talking about, a vasectomy. Finally, it's getting to the point now where it's like I still have a stitch, and that's bothering me. I can't wait until that dissolves, and I don't know why he put a stitch in. Couldn't tell you. Maybe I don't know.
He had to open it up. Well, did you want it just flapping in a regular scar?
No. It's not there because he cauterized. Or did he stitch both sides? I haven't looked at it because I'm scared to death. So I don't even know if it's there.
Man, I don't know what the hell you are saying.
I go to the bathroom with the lights off right now. I don't want to look at it. No, I don't know how to explain it because I don't know what he did.
When you go to the bathroom, is it like an old Western where somebody gets shot and then they drink some water and liquid comes out of all sides? Is that what it's like
I don't
now?
know. I've closed my eyes. Got the lights off and closed my eyes. I'm terrified to look at it.
Just do it in the shower. Who knows?
All right. We can get moving here. We got more things to talk about.
Yeah.
I got a list that was supposed to be last week, and I think we'd still have some fun with it. The list of the most intriguing people on the planet.
Okay.
And I have here number 1 I got the biggest crush on, and I forget who it is now because we haven't done it since last week. I don't know. We could go maybe through that list. Unless other things come up. More Jake and Tanner show. We do it next. That's supposed to
What
go.
happened?
I pushed the button. Let's try it again.
That's a good button.
There it is.
That's a good button.
Hey, hiya. Good morning, Jake and Tanner Show. My name is Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Tanner.
I wish to God...
I think it's called praying.
Praying. Same thing.
It's not a genie in a bottle.
Begging. I treat him as one. Only pray when I need it. God, I could use some
true.
extra money now. Hey, you haven't talked to me in 6 months. And the last time you talked to me, you said something about money.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Money.
I pray all kinds of wrong. If I do pray. Which I don't. I find it almost a little weird. Because
I'm with you on that.
I have every once in a while. Like I did when my daughter had her back surgery because I was so nervous and scared and I just didn't know what to do. So, but I felt weird. At points I'd be like, am I just talking to myself? Think about this. Think about this if religion was all fake.
Yeah.
If it come to find out, like just out of the blue, it was all fake. Think about how weird you look just going to that church and singing to no one.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, is there a moment...
That would be bizarre.
During the show where I can try to ask other parents if to make me feel better about a terrible parenting decision me and my wife made.
Boy, that was a weird transition.
But yes.
From Jesus right into that.
Well, because you had mentioned your daughter.
Yes.
And I had to.
You're like, we don't take him to the doctors because we don't believe in doctors.
This was, no, we don't believe in doctors. But not even like I don't believe in their science. I just don't believe they exist.
Right.
Like unicorns. No.
Never seen one in real life?
Have you?
Mm-mm. Never seen one. I go to the grocery store a lot. Never see a doctor just walking around.
Nope.
I've seen a doctor walking around a grocery store as much as I've seen a unicorn walking around a grocery store.
Ooh,
I completely agree with you.
Do you want to do that now?
Sure.
Okay.
We're here.
So I was taking my dog out for a walk yesterday morning. Mm-hmm. And we live on a fairly busy street. It's kind of a highway. The speed limit's 45.
Okay.
What we live on, which is
That's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick. Nobody drives 45. Everybody's going 50. Yeah, who cares? Either way, so I'm walking my dog, and I have headphones in, and my wife and my daughter are inside of the house, and my wife is getting some stuff done around the house. Mm-hmm. And I'm walking back. I'm on the other side of the road, and I'm just about to cross the street to get into my driveway, and as I look across the road, my daughter is running right towards me, and she's in the road.
Not good.
And there are cars coming.
Okay.
And I threw my dog leash and just ran, didn't look, grabbed my daughter, and went in and scolded my wife.
Yeah.
And I felt I was terrified. Like, I was shaking for hours.
But why is that what is your bad parenting on it?
Well, the bad parenting is that...
That's good parenting. Get him out of the road.
But she got outside.
Oh,
like,
well,
the fact
I
that
don't know.
It's hard to... I feel so bad because, like, I've done it, and it just so happened to be that my wife was the one that was in the house with her. But just the day before...
Kids get out.
Yeah, but I felt so bad just because it's such a busy road, and she didn't even look. And I know she's 2.
Well, yeah, she's 2. I think you're either really beating yourself up or because she's 2.
I know, but it was so scary because cars had to stop.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if there's a question here as much as just a story.
It is. I want people to at least say like, "Oh no, my kids played in traffic."
Well, I think
because I don't know.
Sure,
like, it was scary as hell, and I'd still shooken up about it.
Hi. Do you want to tell Tanner he's a bad parent?
Yeah, please do that.
Oh, you're not a bad parent, but yeah, it's very scary. So I live in Appleton, and I lived on Richmond Street. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that area.
Sorry.
What was that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Nothing.
So my son was around that age. He was still in diapers, I believe, and I got a phone call, told my husband, I'm like, hey, I'm going outside. I can't hear them talk on the phone. So I went out the back door, which is where my driveway is. Well, he didn't pay attention. My son followed, I guess, out the back door, but I went out and sat on, like, the porch on the side of our house. So he went out to the other side of the house and went across the street and literally ended up across the street, and I did the same thing. I look over because cars are honking, threw my phone, take off running, grab him, go in the house, and scolded my husband. How'd you let him get out? Why weren't you paying attention? Didn't you hear me say I was leaving? So you're not a bad parent. It just stuff happens.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna. Thank you. I don't think you're gonna get people to call and say you're a bad parent.
I just felt so. I mean, just because like she had.
I think kids are sneaky.
It felt a lot like
invisible fence. Somebody said you need an invisible fence.
I said, and it's funny because the day before we went to a birthday party for a 1-year-old, and I kept making the joke because one kid kept trying to escape, and I was like, "Well, just put a leash on him."
Why don't we do this? You should take this and go. Where did you lose your kid?
Yeah.
How did you lose him?
It was terrifying.
I've never done it because I'm a good parent.
Yeah,
though.
see? That's what I know I was going to get. That's why I literally almost went and made an offer on a house yesterday.
Do you mean away from the street?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Go on. You're on the air with Jake and Tanner.
Well, that's fantastic. I was calling because my son at 2 was such a bad runner that we had to reverse the locks in our house when I was home with him.
I've thought about doing that with my kids because they lock us out.
Oh,
if we're yelling
really?
at them. Yeah, I've thought about doing that just because they do. They'll just, you hear the little thing go, and I'm like, you're going to make me go down to the garage, get a little whatever,
key
bobby
or
pin, a
whatever.
key or whatever it is, and make me try to maneuver, because they will, and they'll laugh. I'll be sitting there for hours trying to get into that. Just laugh behind it. I don't want to break the door because then I own the door. Yeah, it sucks having little runners.
Yeah, I don't know how to break them with that. Like shock collar?
Shock collar.
I gotta,
tape their legs together.
like, is that the same thing? Because I have to break my dog of running too. Do I do the same thing? Like, do I put them through the same training at the same time?
Is your dog running out into the middle of the road a lot?
He ran across the road too. And we live on that heavy of a street.
I know that a lot of people in my area do invisible fence.
Yeah, I saw one person do invisible. We had an invisible fence when I was younger, and my dog was a runner. And what he found out was it only shocks you once. So he would get close to it, hear the beep, and then just bolt. And then he only got shocked once, and then he was free. And then he got hit by a car.
There's some dogs that, yeah, right, exactly. There's some dogs that can maneuver their ways through it without getting shocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know, because you can't just jump it, can you?
No, because I tried that too. Because when you got it,
You gotta try it, yeah.
You've got 2 kids, me and my sister, they're just like, I don't know, does this only work on dogs? Let's put it around our necks, not our hands. And then,
Hi, who's this?
Hi, my name's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Where are you calling from?
Oshkosh.
Local!
Localism!
Okay.
I don't have kids myself, but when my brother and I were children, my brother was actually a sleepwalker.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually would get out of the house at night, and my parents had to put a alarm system because he would actually go to the door, unlock it, and be across the street before they would even wake up.
Oh my God. Your daughter sleepwalks?
No, not really.
Not anymore?
No. And she's only done it a couple times. Just when she's like overly tired. I used to do it when I was a kid too. Hey, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Take care.
Is that weird? Because you used to. Because now that, do you remember waking up in the middle of a sleepwalk?
Yeah, I would always wake up in the middle.
But like you're
always peeing. Peeing woke me up from it. So if I had
toilet?
Yeah. No, I was just peeing. My mom, it would be I'd be at a toilet.
Oh, good.
My mom would direct me into the bathroom because then I would pee, and I would wake up in the middle of a pee and out of it and just angry.
That would be the most confusing moment I think in your life.
I think you're just out of it. You're so out of it. You're just like, you just go right back to sleep. And it was always when I was overly tired. Same with Piper, and she hasn't done it in a really long time.
Do you remember the weird rumor that was if you woke up a sleepwalker, they would murder you?
Who?
You never heard that?
Uh-uh.
That was always the thing that was on TV, or like I was told it was like, don't wake up a sleepwalker, they could kill you because they'll be so confused. The sleepwalker.
Oh, the sleepwalker. Yeah, I think I have heard that.
They'll be so confused that they'll just get into an angry rage. And they even made a joke about it on that movie Step Brothers or whatever, where they just started beating the hell out of their dad. But yeah, I had heard that. So then when you said that your daughter was a sleepwalker, I was like, man, don't
it is terrifying when you find your daughter just walking around in the dark. You think she's possessed. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Where are you calling from?
Marinette right now.
Marinette.
Local!
What's up, Dave?
When I was 5, I was my parents were busy doing remodeling in the house. There was other people remodeling their house down the street. There's a lot of cars parked, and we didn't think there was anything wrong with riding across the street on our big wheels. So we were going just like a racetrack, cross street back, and I hit a car that was driving down the street.
Did you hit the car, or did the car hit you?
Wait, you ran into the side of it?
Yes, I ran into the side of the rear tire of the car as it drove down the street, and should have died. 2 seconds earlier, I'd be flat.
Yeah.
That lady felt. My parents felt horrible because they told me tons of times don't do that, and they didn't. I don't think they did anything wrong, and the woman that was driving could not leave. She had to have her car towed. She was so shook up.
Well, I think even if it's a kid's fault and you run over a kid, I don't know if you drive again. My Lord.
Well, it's like I was saying to myself yesterday, if something would have happened to my kid, I probably would have offed myself.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw her crossing the
Thanks,
road.
Dave.
Like,
Right.
I wouldn't have, I don't think I would have ever been able to get that image out of my head. I said the same thing about if I ever saw an actual ghost, I'd probably just kill myself.
So back to your question of if you're a bad parent, I don't think you're a bad parent. I think you're a bad husband for going in and screaming at your wife.
Oh, I came in with my kid under my arm and my dog also under my arm.
Kid could have died out here.
Like this.
Yeah, no,
I said, what in the hell is wrong with you? Oh, are you watching Riverdale?
Yeah.
Our kid was playing in traffic.
You drag her out, put her in the street.
I rubbed her nose in it.
Yeah, rubbed her nose in the street. Man, I like this question. How have you been a bad parent?
Yeah. What's your worst parenting moment, and how can you justify it?
Boy, I do like that one. That's a fun one. Yeah, you got to justify it, though. Or we'll help you justify it so you can sleep at night.
Hi.
This is Nanny 3430.
Hi, Nanny 3430.
Where are you calling from?
Appleton.
Local. We used to do that at the other radio station and just call anytime we were local because they tried to make us be local every 15 seconds.
Did you actually say no one would call and tell Tanner he's a bad parent? Because I'll tell Tanner he's a bad parent.
Oh, I know I am. I just need to know that moment wasn't the worst.
I mean, if it's across the street, meh. If it's a block or two, then you got problems.
That's true. At least she really didn't get out and,
It's so funny. This is how laid back one of my friends are. They sent her to a daycare. She was like 3 years old or whatever, and she gets a call. Apparently, their kid just left the daycare, and they found him 3 blocks away. Somebody brought him back to the daycare, brought his child, his little girl, back to the daycare and said, your daughter this kid got out. And then when Bobby got there, thanks, 3430. When Bobby got there, they had to tell him to go. They told him, like, oh, yeah, your daughter walked about 3 blocks down the road, but some stranger brought it back, and she's fine. He was fine with it. He was like, well, mistakes happen.
Where does this come in where he's laid back? That daycare needs to be shut down.
What do they have?
Saloon doors and an honor policy?
I go, did you complain, or is that going to get, something going to happen? He goes, no, mistakes happen. I go, that's a big one. That's a big mistake.
You get a month free, right?
Yeah, I would
Your
think.
kid gets out, you get a month free.
But that's the problem. That guy doesn't need money. He's the dealer or the general manager at the dealership. So
you can't just say the dealer.
What oh, that was me back at that time. Hey, do you want to switch that question a little bit and ask what was your worst parenting?
Yeah.
And we'll help you try to justify it.
Yes.
I think that would be a really fun question.
Yes, I believe so.
All right. We'll do that. 866-916-0959. We'll do that in the next segment. There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get a free consultation. More of your horrible parenting stories next.
Oh, this is just...
What? It's the Jake and Tanner show, so he wanted me to say that. That's funny, too, because he had to have been telling the truth.
That's exactly what he said. Getting in shape like that is a full-time job.
It's Jake and Tanner Show. Hi, I'm Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Tanner.
We're going to ask you what your bad parenting was. Like, if you can give us an example of when you were like, okay, I might be the world's worst parent. We're going to help you try to justify it and make yourself feel better in just a minute. But we were just talking about Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Which, that show has been on for 13 seasons.
I've never watched one. I may have watched one episode.
It is so funny, but I never feel like I have to watch it.
Does, who was the funny guy with the guitar? Wasn't he on? Or no, that was a different.
That was The League.
That was The League. Okay,
The
I'm getting those two
League
mixed
was one of the funniest television programs I ever watched. I'm sad that it only lasted like 4 seasons, but it was so funny.
So Mac was really in shape, and then he gained a ton of. How long was he?
He was normal.
Okay, so he wasn't like super in shape,
but he was like average movie star.
So
does that make sense? So he didn't really have a gut.
How long did he gain the weight for?
1 season.
Okay,
he gained 60 pounds in 3 months.
Now he did this. And he said he did this because the characters that they were portraying didn't make sense.
Yeah, because
they were lifting.
They live in dirty Philadelphia, and they owned a dirty Philadelphia bar.
Well, so I'm glad that he's a method actor and decided on that the next season I'm going to get back into shape because obviously he's back to I want to look good.
Yeah, I think they played it off in the show like he looked at himself and said, I'm going to get into shape.
Okay.
Because he put on 60 pounds in 3 months.
That's a lot of weight. How does he not have stretch marks? He's got to be covered in them.
He did it. Yeah, you would think so.
Well, anyway.
But we just saw him with a shirt off and he didn't.
Let me see if I can find that again. I'll put it up on the TV. By the way, text TV to 71090. You can see us live in the studio and you can see this Mac guy we're talking about.
And he said he got a personal trainer to help him. Like, he wanted to gain that weight healthy, and he went to the doctor, and he's like, I'd like to gain... He said 50. He's like, I'd like to gain 50 pounds in 3 months. And the doctor said, there's zero healthy way to do that. You can't. But they told him, just eat a lot of vegetables and chicken. Just, like, eat too much of it. And he's like, well, that's what you do to lose weight. So he started eating 4 Krispy Kreme donuts a morning, which are about 1,000 calories each, and then he would take out ice cream in the morning and just put it on the counter, and when he got home, he would just drink a pint of ice cream, and then he'd put weight gainer in it.
I've heard a ton of stories like that. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working.
You got to click CRPC down there. Click that.
Yeah.
Did you click it? Did you click that link though on the bottom there in that window? Underneath us?
Right here?
Did you click it?
No.
There.
Oh, thank you. Let's see if I can get this bigger. This is what this Mac character looked like when he gained all the weight, I think.
Yeah.
Is that him here?
The one in the wife beater?
Yeah, that's kind of tough to see.
Is it wife beater or wife beater?
I think it's wife beater. WIFE.
Oh, yeah. He gained that weight. And I'm sure, you know what he probably did? He probably covered himself in baby oil.
Probably, and here he is now. Oh, here's a good...
That's new Jacked Mac. You had regular Mac, Fat Mac, and Jacked Mac.
What did he end up saying, how he ended up losing all the weight?
He's like, losing that kind of weight and getting muscular is super simple. All you have to do is work out 6 days a week, never eat anything after 7, never have sugar or carbs, get a solid 9 hours of sleep a night, and have the trainer from Magic Mike and have a studio pay for it. I don't know why everybody can't do this.
And that's what when we came on this break, when we came on, we were saying that's truthful. That he has all that at his disposal.
And it was his job, and he had 3 months off. Like, it would be so easy to say, my job for the next 3 months is to go to the gym and eat right. Anybody could do that.
When I lost all that weight, when I ended up losing like 30 pounds, which I probably gained 15 back.
I know I did. Ever since you said, I'm not going to the gym, that's all I needed.
January 3rd. I'm
2nd.
back. Yeah, January 2nd, I'm going to be back. Like, it's so pointless to do it right now during the holidays, for me anyway, because my wife keeps making cookies, and I don't have enough discipline. And I would be a bad dad.
You want to know what I did yesterday that was like the nail in my fat coffin?
Sure.
I made cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Strike one.
They're so good. Did you do the orange one with the orange glaze?
No. but I'm not finished. So Tubby McFatface over here decided that they were a little too underdone for our daughter to eat. And instead of putting them back in, I just said, well, those, I guess she can't have any. So my wife had one, and I had 4, and I'd put maple syrup on it.
Wait,
and I said, it's like French toast. It's good for you in the morning, except it was noon.
Well, right before bed last night, I go, I can't. It used to be where I would just say, I'm going to go to bed hungry. A little hungry because I'm just going to fall asleep. Well, last night, now that I'm in my fat stages right now, I said, well, I'm going to go to bed not hungry. So I went and ate a bunch of chips with salsa, then made graham crackers and frosting, and at one point
cookies
had a Pop-Tart in my hand with
in
frosting.
Bed?
No, and I said,
you put frosting?
Oh, no.
More
I was going
on
to.
A cupcake?
It's Pop-Tart. I was going to, and then I said, I am not this level of fat yet.
So you
I'm
put
going
ranch
to put
on
this
it because ranch is for a salad.
I know, I've done that, though. I've been up in my bed. That's when I knew I had a problem. When I was watching TV up in the bed and I had Doritos on my chest. I was eating them. How's the diet going? Real well.
I've started his thing, though, that Mac, I don't eat after 7 anymore.
Well, that's tough for me because I do.
Which is hard. Well, I don't have meals after 7. Because I said I don't eat it after 7, and then at 7:30, my wife went to the gas station and came back and threw a king size Milky Way Simply Caramel on my chest, and I said, "Well, this doesn't count as a food," and I just went.
My wife's doing the same thing. She's like, "Well, because you're a vasectomy, and we're just going to eat whatever." Okay.
Yeah, it was like it was like when my wife got pregnant and she had cravings and
sympathy.
I gained more weight during the pregnancy than she did.
Right.
Because for dinner we would have Dairy Queen Blizzards. And do you know my wife has not a single stretch mark from being pregnant, and it's because she covered herself in baby oil, I think, during the pregnancy. And I think that's what that Mac did. Getting back to it, because apparently if you oil yourself up, you get no stretch marks.
I think I got some I have a little bit of stretch marks from when I gained a lot of weight after high school, because that's when I stopped doing things like walking, apparently, and you just drink a ton of beer and eat pizza and play poker because you don't really have a career yet. You're still in between.
Well, that's what happened. I was just talking to an old friend of mine, and he was like, I got really fat in college, too. He's like, because I realized that the only reason that I wasn't super fat in high school is because I was in every sport in high school. And that was my exercise, and that was it. He's like, then I got into college, because he was telling me a story about how he used to be able to put a yoga ball down and roll off his back and do like a backflip off of it. And he was in college drunk trying to tell people he could do it. And he was like, yeah, I can still do that. But he had gained like 30 pounds and is not athletically fine, and he knocked himself out on the ground, which I thought was brilliant.
I never really did any sports in school. Mine was just I moved out of my parents' house so I could drink beer all the time, anytime.
Drink beer and eat whatever you wanted.
And we were playing poker probably because it was just your group of friends. Again, nobody had careers at this time.
Yeah.
And it was a group of friends just coming over 3-4 nights out of the week, just goofing around playing cards, and you were constantly drinking. And my diet was pizza. Because at this point, you've never heard of $5 pizzas before. And this one place started doing it where we lived, and I was like, I can afford this every day. So that's all I did was drink beer, play poker, and eat pizza. And I ended up gaining a ton of weight.
You think every guy tried making a poker night? Because I know I did. Where it was like just going to get with the guys every Wednesday evening, play a few rounds of poker, $5 buy-ins. Whatever. Who cares?
We just bring a roll of quarters or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we did.
But probably
quarters.
It's hard to do now. We always say, like, if we're ever having a beer around with a bunch of guys, we're like, we should do this because we all live around each other, and we're like, we should. Then it's just like, well, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get a baby. Like, to go to that concert yesterday or 2 days ago, it cost me $200.
The free tickets too, right?
And I had free tickets, but it still cost me $200 because I paid $80 for a babysitter. $80 just to go out. So
where'd you go eat?
Then we went to Water Street.
Oh God!
And we ate there. What did I get? I got a club sandwich. Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
That's what my wife said. And I got chips. She goes, "This is really out of character for you." Yeah.
And she wants you fatter?
Probably.
Why didn't you just get gravy in a cup and drink it, you fat?
I don't know, but all I'm saying is, like, when you do this poker night, my wife wants to play poker, and it would be more fun if we got,
strip poker?
More, yeah, whatever it is, and then you got to pay for a babysitter to do all this stuff, man. It's getting to the point now where I don't want to hang out with anybody because I don't want to pay for a babysitter.
Wait, where's the guy that's really cool but his wife sucks? Every neighborhood has one.
Probably. I don't know. I don't want to say.
Do it at their house.
I do know.
Do poker night at their house.
We'll never do it.
Bring your kids because she's not going to play poker, so she can just watch all the kids.
My thing is this: they got to do it during my time, so we got to be done at 7:30.
Oh yeah,
on a Saturday or whatever.
Who's starting it any earlier?
Right.
Who's starting it any later?
Yeah,
that?
right. Exactly.
You have to. My dad. This is what my dad taught me. He's like, hey, if you go to the bar at 2, you can get good and drunk by 8 and still get 8 hours of sleep and be up by 6.
I love old man drinking. That is my life. And old man drinking.
I got into that way too early. Like, I was sitting there with my dad, and then all my buddies started showing up at the bar at 7.
You're like, nah, I'm out of here.
And they're like, hey, you're going to be back here later? Because they were about to leave. And I was like, I've been drinking all day. I'm not coming back later. I'm going to get my solid 8 tonight.
So Artie Lange appeared in court. If you don't know who Artie Lange is, we're going to let you in on who he is and what happened to this guy. If you get a chance, text TV to 71090 because we're going to show you a video. This is what happens when you snort too much heroin to your nose.
You don't do that.
Gone. We'll talk about it next. It is the Jake and Tanner Show. Hey, dig out that ugly sweater and head to your favorite The Bar location this Friday for their ugly sweater party. It's your chance to win a trip to Boston. Happy holidays from The Bar. Hey, there's never been a better time to have Lace Get Optivision. It's only $14.95 a night. You're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY free consultation. Jake and Tanner show. I am Stu, host of the show. I'm one of those. And I found out this weekend that I'm just too old for concerts. I can't concert anymore.
I told you in the year 2016
that I was too old.
When you said, I'm going to go to this Lee Bryce concert.
I didn't mind the Lee Bryce. I really did. The 2 years ago, I loved it.
But because you came back and said, because it was a date night, and I said, you and your wife shouldn't go to a concert because A, you guys don't like music enough to share that,
well,
and B, you like talking to your wife more than you like just standing near her.
But I did enjoy Lee Bryce. I really liked that. I did not enjoy Keith Urban when I went.
Yeah.
Oh, my dear God.
There's a song, oh my God, I'm just remembering.
That was awful. Keith is a great guitarist and all that, but man, is he pandering.
God, is he beautiful, though.
Oh,
no, Brett Eldridge. Remember him?
Oh, God.
I still like that song.
Yeah, you do.
What song is that?
I like when he said, the reason I came up with the song is because it was the or lightning bugs. There's lightning bugs in the song, and he's like, I was Michigan, looking out a window out in a field, and all I saw was a bunch of lightning bugs going across whatever it was, and he was talking all soft, and it's like, you did not, dude. You're not even all. You bought
this song.
Yeah, I don't even think you're the writer of it.
Probably not. But it was that "Drunk on Your Love" or whatever. I like that song, and the reason I like him and that song a lot is because he's so horribly ugly. But people like him, so I was like, he's doing it, man. He's living his best life for all of us.
So the Eagles beat the Rams 30-23. You want to hear some highlights?
I do not, yeah.
All right.
Jared Goff and the Rams. They'll face Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday Night Football.
We're going to double team you.
Smallwood, and that's Marcus Peters.
Working against Fletcher Cox.
John Johnson.
The head alone is not enough.
Gurley with a big hole.
Getting the tip too deep. Watch the pressure right in the face.
It's just a little different feeling.
I want you to go back.
Okay.
When they described Gurley.
With a big hole.
Getting the tip.
A little bit.
And that's Marcus Peters.
Working against Fletcher Cox.
John Johnson.
The head alone is not enough.
Gurley with a big hole.
Getting the tip too deep. Watch the pressure right in the face.
It's just a little different feeling.
Never got to finish that follow-through.
A little short.
Polish this off. When he gets it going, it's hard to stop. Jared Goff may have some trouble getting out of bed tomorrow. Oh, boy.
All right, there you go. There's your highlights. It's Sunday Night Football.
I always like those highlights.
Somebody said, how many hours is the babysitter watching your kids for? Because when I said $80, that was 8 hours. A little less than 8 hours. We ended up just paying them $80. We do $10 an hour.
Yeah, because usually $5 per kid. You have 2 children.
Yeah, and dogs. They got to deal with the dogs.
Yeah.
And we want them to babysit when we need them. So if you pay just a tad more, you can get them in a pinch. You know what I mean? Where
Do
it's
you
like
tell other people in your neighborhood about your babysitter?
Well, they all know.
Oh,
they know. But we have, at this point...
Because have you guys ever had to fight over a babysitter?
No.
Okay,
No, because we're pretty good at getting these a couple months in advance. We're serious.
That's how often you guys get to go out.
Yeah, really. And you get to a point now where it's like, I don't even know if I want to. That's what I was saying earlier, because it costs you got to buy dinner. There's $50.
Yeah. And
then you got to pay a babysitter. So it's to the point now where it's like, we'll just hate our life for 2 hours and take the kids and go get pizza. Because it sucks. Love the babysitters, but it sucks paying them.
Yeah.
I can't wait until Piper gets of age where I'm just like, watch your brother. Yeah. We're out of here.
Dude, please don't start on fire.
Yeah. Do I get paid? You live here.
Yeah. Rent. You know what? I'll cover half your rent this month.
So tell me this. This babysitter that she had that came over. Mm-hmm. Her parents.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Okay.
She just turned 16. Her parents just bought her a vehicle. Like, hell, I forget what it is now. But it's a 2019.
Shut up!
That's what I said!
She don't get that.
I got an $800 Ford Probe when I was 16 that didn't run. My dad had to fix it.
My parents let me drive the RAV4.
So you didn't even get a vehicle right away. It was theirs that you got to...
Yeah, and then I said, I don't want to drive this because the transmission sucks. So then I drove my mom's green V6 Mustang. Then I lost my license. Then I bought my own Cavalier for $1,200. That's what I got.
Right. That's what you're supposed to get.
You're supposed to get a car.
Because I went out
where
there
you don't have that kind of freedom. Where it's like, hey, I'm going to drive to, like in her 2019, if she wanted to, she could drive to California and know her car is going to make it. You're supposed to start off with a car where if you get more than 100 miles away, you're like, I don't think this is going to work.
The Ford Pro, that one that I had, I remember taking it for the very first time to a youth group place. I just wanted to go. I got to drive. My mom said, you can drive it if you go to youth group. It was a Sunday night or whatever. And I go, okay, great, I'm going to do it. But you picked up the floor mat, and there was rusted hole. You could see the ground.
Felony hole?
Yeah, there was felony holes. That's exactly what it was. That is what cars are supposed to be when you're 16. So, because I went out there, and I think it was a brand new Explorer, and I said, I go, that's a beautiful, what year is it? She goes, 2019. I go, 2019? And I go, what does it have? And she goes, well, it has a lot of features. And she started naming them. I go, I have a CD player.
Yeah.
I go, this isn't fair. It's not. You should be doing this for free. If you just got a 2019 vehicle.
Yeah, she don't need money. Also, you know what, Pete, you need? A friend of mine had a 1986 El Camino.
Oh, I love El Caminos.
I think they're the trashiest things in the world. But this thing was awesome because when I sat in the passenger seat, what my floor was a speed limit sign that we had to steal and put there. Because it was the perfect sign.
That's so funny.
But it was like, hey, don't put your feet too hard on that. Yeah. Why? He's like, lift up the floor mat. Does that say speed limit 25? 35. Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's how it's supposed to be. I actually, I was having this conversation with my wife, and I told her that when Piper, I don't know, man. I don't want to just give her a car because I think that's just spoil rotten.
I want to help her. I want to help my kid buy a car.
Now, Dave Ramsey, he matched. He goes, you save up $5, I will pay $5, and you can get a $10,000 car.
I thought you were talking hundreds.
No, that's right. But I was thinking about doing that. Like, you make it, showing like there's some. Would you make him pay for insurance? See, I didn't have to do this when I was a kid.
I wouldn't. I would cover the insurance because I would cover the insurance and I would do what I can. But you don't get. If I'm gonna buy her a car, it's gonna be like a Cavalier. Or maybe like a Cobalt, whatever
I know
the equivalent is.
Some parents give them the car that they go get a new one and they get the minivan or the Tacoma truck or whatever it is.
I might do that.
I told Angie that I would like to get her
a good excuse.
$5,000 somewhere around there, just because my dad could fix all the problems.
Mm-hmm. You can't.
I can't. So if that thing, I'm taking it to the garage and going to be paying for this thing to get fixed. Well, my old man did all that, so it saved money that way. So I wanted to get something that's
a little reliable,
a little bit reliable.
Would you make payments on it, or are you going to save for it?
I'd rather just save for it.
So, like, if it gets to her 15-and-a-half birthday and you have $2,000 saved up, are you getting her a $2,000 car?
I would.
Or are you taking a payment now?
I would probably end up taking a payment, which I don't want to. So that's why I want to get to the point. I want to get where I have her income, not income, but car money for her.
Yeah.
I just told my wife that. That's funny you bring that up because I think it was last week. I think we should start. Instead of just doing our savings, maybe take a little bit over for her just so we know that's for her when she turns 16 because, hell, she's going to be 9 and whatever.
When are you going to start Dewey's?
I know. I could do that now and it'd be so little amount to put over. But then I want to go out to eat at restaurants and I will end up using it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I remember when I looked up because I said how much money it would cost. I looked up cost. I wanted to be able to pay for my daughter's college if she wanted to go, but I didn't want to pay for all of it. So I said I'd like to say $50,000 by the time she's 18. It's like $100 and some a month. I can't do that. I'm not doing it. It's so much, and it sucks to save money when it is not going for something for like the family.
Well, mine is, and I go, screw her. I had to pay for my own.
Yeah, like that also kind of goes in the back of your head.
This is what I think you should. I personally think that you need to take care of your retirement first. You need to take care of you first, and then deal with.
Because it doesn't matter if your kid had their college paid for. If you're homeless, they have to.
Right, they're going to be. You're right, exactly. So I think it's kind of important to get your stuff. Not just saying you, even me. Just get our stuff.
No, I have nothing for her. She has a piggy bank, and she's. I'll tell you this right now.
I steal from that.
My daughter has saved way more money than me.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, Cassandra.
Hi, Cassandra.
Hi. I just wanted to say, you guys are crazy for saying, like, you guys will pay for the insurance. Only because, do you know how much your insurance goes up when you add a teenage driver?
No, how much does it go up? I have no idea.
You're probably looking at like a $600 to $800 increase.
Yearly,
yearly
every
or 6 months.
No, 6 months.
Well, I mean, but if you're saying you can't afford it, a 16-year-old kid can't. Unless they've got a hardcore job.
No, you don't pay for the whole thing, but you let them know, like, it's a responsibility. Like, you can't always, like, coddle a child either. Like, how do you think they'll learn how to pay their bills? Did
you do this to do you have a 16-year-old?
No, I'm close, though.
Oh, you are? Okay.
And that's my plan is, like, if you want to drive, because driving isn't a right, it's a privilege. You have the privilege to drive as a teenager. I
agree. I'll
you
tell you this.
Driving school.
I think 16 is way too young now. When I was there, it wasn't for me when I wanted to drive at that age. But
15 was too old to be starting to be like, what are you talking about? I should be driving at 13.
Their brains are not developed.
No, your brains aren't fully developed until you're like 25. No, I get what you're saying, but like I guess I turned out okay, and I didn't pay for all of my insurance. Or my insurance and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't make them pay for the whole thing, but
just some of it. You basically want to teach them responsibility, and I get that. I understand that
because I do get it. Because I would have liked. I guess I would have liked a little bit more responsibilities.
No, I kid you not.
Like accountability.
I was in my early 20s, and my parents were still paying my insurance on my car. And that shouldn't have been a thing. That should not be a thing at all.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to take care of my family when my family's still taking care of me?
Yeah.
All right. Love you. Take care. Try saving money when both your girls figure skate. Why? Why would you do that?
That's figure skating.
You got too much money. You might as well put them in whatever that horse riding stuff is.
Not just horse riding, like Esquarian or
Esquari. No, that's the Esquarian girls.
No, hold on.
Esquari.
No, Equina.
Esquari.
No, it's not that. Because there's a difference. There's two horse girls. Equine. Equinary?
Equinox.
Because you've got one horse girl who's uptight and then one horse girl who's not, up or...
Hi. What do they call you?
Dial tone.
Equestrian!
I said it! Equestrian! Yeah. Okay, yeah, equestrian girls are uptight. Nobody likes an equestrian girl.
Yeah, I agree.
The one with the stupid horse helmet.
Yeah. Hi.
And the white
Regarding
pants.
your horse question, it's an equestrian.
Thank you. Yeah,
thank you so much.
Terrible.
We appreciate it.
It's fine if you are, but it's not also.
No, that's a rich hobby. And I know that because when I went to my nephew's wedding, they're all
into it.
The wife and her family very wealthy, and if I hear one more person talk about their horse, I'm going to just drive home. I won't even be a part of this wedding. It was so annoying. It was always every time you walk into a conversation, they were talking about horses.
Because that's the dog for rich people. It really is. Like, if you get a dog, it's still expensive, but talk about like a $30,000 horse.
All right. Speaking of kids here, a woman in Michigan called a school cop on her 14-year-old Zachariah. Why'd she do this? Because he was a horrible little child.
Probably.
You think she's a single mom?
Sounds offensive, but yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it next. Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. Because, I mean, let's be honest, what is the guy's name on Saturday Night Live?
Kenan Thompson.
Where is he got a movie career after? No, I wouldn't think so.
I think he knows.
Yeah,
he
right.
knows what it's like. It's one rare that you got onto SNL, and then two, like it's rare that you're gonna do anything after it.
He
Like,
reminds
a
me of
few
the other
people
guy
have.
on Sesame Street. Does your kid watch Sesame Street?
No.
There's a guy that's been a long time on that show, and that's his thing. I wonder how much they make. Didn't we talk about that? Sesame Street actors, I think they make pretty good.
Did you see that Big Bird is retiring?
What?
After 50 years, the actor playing Big Bird is done. Because it's always been that same guy.
Which I think they're 30 minutes now. Just a FYI.
They were an hour?
They were an hour.
Oh.
They used to do hours, and now. Oh, by the way, Big Bird's salary, $314,000 a year.
That's
the actor who plays Big Bird.
Did you know?
Wow.
Did
That's
you know?
Unbelievable.
I've told you about the Challenger thing, right? This is like a big thing. Okay,
God,
so
yeah.
back in the 80s, I don't remember when, but everybody kind of remembers the Challenger flight. What they wanted to do is they wanted to get kids involved with space exploration and everything, and get them excited for it. So the idea was that they were going to put Big Bird in the Challenger, and the only reason that he didn't end up in there was because they didn't want the actor who played Big Bird. They wanted legit Big Bird, and they could not get the suit inside of the Challenger. So they said, we'll just pick a teacher instead. And then obviously everybody kind of knows how the Challenger ended up. It exploded. And could you have imagined if Big Bird would have been in there and just yellow feathers falling from the sky? It would have been the worst.
So the guy who created Big Bird, not the actor in it, unless he was the actor in it, most likely, maybe $314,000 a year.
I think,
like Elmo, man, that guy got busted for a lot of bad things. I think
he was a diddler. Yes.
Did he go to jail for diddling?
I don't know if he went to jail.
That guy
for
was
diddling?
making a ridiculous amount of money. Do you know Elmo was already a puppet on there? They made him the first guy who invented him or created him made him a caveman. That's what Elmo was first, and he would talk very caveman-y with a deep voice.
Is there an early Elmo?
There is. You could probably look it up or type in.
You
maybe
look
I
it
can.
up so
I
we can see it because I want to be able to see how weird it looks to see Elmo talking like I Elmo.
I don't know if they have any now. Here it's Sesame Street Caveman Share a Chair. No, Sesame Street Elmo's debut. That was in 2009. I think this is the actual Elmo, though. I don't think they had a name for him when the guy was doing the caveman thing. Well, anyway, he walked into a room, and whoever does the Elmo now as we know it, he threw him it and said, hey, if you can do something with him, great. I'm done with that character.
Oh.
And so he created the Elmo character from that, and he made millions. Millions of dollars.
And then bad things happen. But then
bad things, yeah.
Still. Is that the... Wait, hold on. Muppets or Sesame Street? What guy died of...
That was Jim Henson. That was, I think, the Muppets.
That was Muppets.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. Man, do you know what show I really enjoyed, but I'm sad that it didn't work out? Was that Muppet show where it was like behind the scenes Muppets. And it was a little bit more adult. Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
No. It was just a few years ago. Where it was like...
Dinosaurs?
No. It was the actual Muppets. It was Kermit. But it was like... Remember that show that you always wanted me to watch?
Casa.
What are you...
Casa.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's racist or what. I thought it was Elmo's voice from the beginning of when he was doing like a caveman.
What was it? I think it was just called The Muppets. But it was that studio... Remember that show or whatever where you were like the Studio 68 or whatever?
Or Sunset. I really like that one. It was behind the scenes of like a Saturday Night Live. It's kind of like what Fox's comedy is. How's it with Tina Fey?
30 Rock.
It's like 30 Rock, but it was more drama. It wasn't comedy filled.
Yeah, see, now this Muppet show was like 30 Rock, but it was behind the scenes of the Muppets.
No, I think that's wrong. Is it? I'm pretty sure Sesame Street and the Muppets are the same thing. Jim Henson.
No.
Is it?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. No, because you had the Muppets and then you had Sesame Street. They were completely two different types of things. But I'm still focused on Muppets show. It was on NBC, I believe.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. I do have this right under the Big Bird because he makes $314,000 a year. How much do you think Dora the Explorer, the actress who played Dora?
Got screwed over. I just watched this. She doesn't make a lot, does she?
$300,000 over 3 years. So she made $100,000 a year to voice Dora.
Yeah, I just watched a big thing on this of how they screwed over, Nickelodeon screwed over some of their cast members. Because then she ended up suing Nickelodeon or her lawyer or something like that because they finally got her a bigger contract. But she found out that over fees and lawyer fees and other things, she ended up getting less. So then she sued.
It's kind of like, I think we already did this here, but it was kind of the girl who did Siri, the voice of Siri. She got paid like $500 or something just to read a bunch of lines because that's what she did. She had no idea that her voice was going to be, and you can't get mad at that. You signed your voiceover, use it however you want. But now it's used by everybody.
Well, yeah, because that's what she had did that before Apple even had plans. She had sold her voice to that voice company or whatever. Because some people, I bet you they do it all the time. Some people didn't get it.
Right, and somebody called her, one of her friends, and said, "Is that your voice?"
Yeah,
on Siri, and she's like, "Oh my God, it is."
Yeah.
Paul Marcia, whatever. Can you hear me now? You know the guy in the commercial. Can you hear me now? The Sprint.
Oh yeah, now he's Sprint.
$10 million. He made $10 million in 10 years. So he was making $1 million a year from that commercial.
Wow. Well, that ran forever too.
Well, and he did a bunch of them, but still, my God, that's got to be pretty easy work.
I wonder how much Flo is making.
I can tell you right now.
Tell
Stephanie Courtney. That's her name.
No, it's Flo. God, do I have a weird crush on her.
This was a few years ago, though. 2010, when they found out what Flo was making. She was making $5 million. Looks like her net worth is $5 million
a year. Oh,
she's got to be worth more than that. Oh, wait a minute. She makes $800,000 per year.
That's not bad
for being Flo.
Could be worse.
My God, she got into this to act. She wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she hit Flo and she's like, I'm just going to do this so I don't have to do anything anymore my entire life.
I've said this before. The person I feel the worst about, or worst for, is Jake from State Farm. Because they replay that commercial over and over. And that's their most recognizable commercial. What are you wearing? Khakis. That's their most recognizable commercial. And that guy got paid once. And he's probably their only mascot that they have. And he got paid one time. That's who I feel bad for.
You don't think he's like in a union where they pay him every time that runs? You don't think so?
I doubt it, because I bet you it was like, hey, we'll give you $1,200.
Jonathan Goldsmith.
Just all you have to say is Jake from State Farm, khakis. Easy $1,200.
Yeah, really. Jonathan Goldsmith, who's the most interesting man in the world.
I don't like when they replaced him.
Yeah, I think it was a younger.
They did a younger guy. Worst decision they ever made. I actually stopped drinking that beer because of it.
$8 million he's made from that part.
He's been doing that for about 45 years, right? He was a young man when he started.
T-Mobile girl, I don't know who that is.
I feel like that was a long time ago.
The Pine Sol lady? The Pine Sol lady?
Yes. Pine Sol?
Pine Sol. How am I saying it? Pencil?
No, you were going Pine Sol.
Sol. She made 2.5.
That's not bad. How much did Miss Cleo make? Didn't she make like no money? It made me happy when I read. I know it made me happy when I read it. When it was like, you only made $5,000 over all of that, and I think she did like 50 commercials too. But it's probably like $5,000 in one day, and we're just going to shoot a bunch of commercials.
Dean Winters, he's the Mayhem guy. Insurance, whatever insurance that was. He's up there in one of the richest. I think he made $4 million during that span of doing those commercials.
You know who I like, which I think is the weirdest commercial person? J.R. Simmons from Whiplash, and he was the news editor on the Raimi Spider-Mans?
I don't know.
J.J. Simmons?
J.J. Simmons?
Simmons, yeah. You'll know him when you see him. Or J. Simmons or J.R. Simmons.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that guy.
Yeah,
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I really
he's
like
an
him.
amazing actor, and he's the voice of, like, farmers. Like, he's the guy on all the farmers
yeah, he's always on
insurance
those commercials. I like those, though. Jim Henson voiced. Apparently, I didn't know Jim Henson did Kermit the Frog.
He did a lot of them, didn't he?
90 million. When it was all said and done. Could you imagine, too, what his dad... When he goes, I'm going to get into puppets. You know what his dad probably thought? You have no career being a puppeteer.
Yeah, you're not going to be a puppeteer.
Or who's the dude that does all the ventriloquist?
Jeff Dunham?
My God. That, by the way, if you're a kid listening right now and you're like, that's what I'm going to do, that happened once. That is never happening again.
No, you shouldn't do
that. That guy was going, do you know he was going to fairs?
And doing it?
Or he said he would go out in like the middle of when they were at the fair doing the bull rides and all that, he'd be some of the entertainment. They'd have a camera on him for the crowd. It's got to be rough. And knowing your dad or anybody else is going, you're never going to make money doing this.
Yeah. That was the first comedy show I ever went to, and I regret it. I got him for Christmas when I was like, 16 or something.
Why do you regret it?
Because I wish my first comedy show wasn't Jeff Dunham. Because he was funny the first time you watch him, but his bit gets old really quick.
God, I wish you did that. I just wish you were a hobby. I wish you were moonlighting as a ventriloquist.
I wish
just like
I was
on the weekends.
moonlighting, doing anything that you would have found out. Like if I was moonlighting in something, I want it to be something you're not like, oh yeah, I get it. Like, I don't want you thinking like you're moonlighting as a
magician. Oh yeah, something like that. No, I'd get that. I understand.
Yeah,
I get that. I get it.
Easy money.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
You know what I thought? I thought you were going to start moonlighting as a bartender again.
I thought about that when I wasn't making any money in radio. I thought about doing that. I was doing that at one point.
I still think about going to be a bartender.
Yeah,
just like on Sunday nights or Sundays or Saturday nights.
Go to, you know what you could do is bartend at a golf course and just get free golf.
Can't do that right now. That would be awesome, though.
But all the caddies just treat you like crap because they make more money than you, and they're all young kids, so they got this weird confidence to them. Teenagers, I hate you. Sorry. Except, the good ones are good, but the bad ones are bad.
There is no such thing as a caddy at any of the golf courses that are near me. I'd have to travel farther.
I didn't mean caddy. I meant, what do you call them?
Cart girls?
Not cart girls. Wow, do they make a ton of money? No, but it's the kids that just wash the golf carts.
Yeah, no, sorry. Still don't have those either. We have golf courses where guys take their shirts off.
Yeah, I love those. All right. We are going to be playing a take from Jake and Tanner on the way. Yeah, in the 8 o'clock hour. I think it's more than $20, by the way. I think it's more like $60.
I can look that up.
You want to watch us on TV, see us live in the studio, all you got to do is text TV to 71090 if you ever want to just text us. Just text the Sunseekers text line, 71090. Call us, 866-916-0959. There's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get that free consultation. All right, on the way, this woman had to call the cops on her 14-year-old son. Want to see if you would do the same. We'll talk about it next. The Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. Because I'd be curious to see what's on there and to see if I agree or if I've ever even heard of these. We're on the big screen here. Well, that show that we were trying to look for, or trying to figure out, it was just called The Muppets.
Yeah.
It lasted a season. We just watched the trailer for it. It was like Miss Piggy and Kermit, but it was very adult.
Yeah, it was the behind the scenes kind of thing, and I liked it. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I heard that it wasn't going to get renewed for another season, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to waste my time.
The one show that we go back to, you'll hear us reference every once in a while, is the... What do you call that? The Sunset Studio on Sunset 60 or whatever. My God, that was so incredibly great.
I refused to watch it.
This was actually a really funny show. I really liked that guy.
I was going to say, you watched that one.
I did. It was called About a Boy, and that one got canned after 1 year. What's this?
Better Off Ted.
Never watched it. Never even heard it. I don't think I've heard of it.
I've heard of it.
By the way, these are TV shows that got canceled way too soon.
Yep.
I don't know what bunheads are. What is that? The Brady Brides? My unconditional affection for the Brady franchise blinded me to the spinoff week. It's the Brady Bunch spinoff, or is it the girls being older?
Yeah, it was the girls. They still lived together, but then they got married.
What is that called?
The Brady Brides.
I want to see if there's a trailer. Wait, what year was that?
Old.
How old is old? Let me see here.
81.
Girls named Brady, who have got the funds to make it on their own. Jan fell in love with a man named Philip, the nicest guy she knows. In the meantime, along came Wally. He's different than Philip every way.
I guess, why not try it, though? My God, they
had a double wedding.
Did it say how many it lasted? How many seasons that lasted? It couldn't have been more than one, right?
No, there's no way.
It was kind of like, I don't know if you know, I think there was a Joni Loves Chachi or something like that. After Happy Days of a spinoff.
That got canceled.
Cupid. Never heard of Cupid.
No.
Jeremy Piven was in that.
Dead Like Me I heard about.
No, what that is. That only lasted a season. Deadwood. I never got into Deadwood, and I love Westerns.
Yeah,
but for some reason, I could not get into that. That didn't last long.
There was a show that I really liked. It was called The Finder. I hear about this show, Firefly, all the time.
I always hear about that guy in Firefly.
Nathan Fillion?
Man, nerds love that guy.
But, yeah, I do too. But I hear that show was just absolutely phenomenal.
Firefly?
Yeah, but it got canceled too soon for some stupid reason.
I wonder how long it lasted.
1 year.
Oh, that's it.
Once again, won't watch it. Freaks and Geeks.
Hear a lot about Freaks and Geeks.
I started watching Freaks and Geeks.
They're just too little. They're too young. Seth Rogen and James Franco.
It freaks me out because I know all of those actors older.
Yeah, I know it. I get it.
I'm trying to find,
Wait, go back to. Can you go back two now? I want to just see. It's called Happy Endings. Was that Friends spinoff? When Friends ended, they had. Oh, there's Coach.
Holy crap!
They had a Friends. They were saying this is going to be the new Friends when Friends left, and that lasted like 2 days. But I don't know if that was it or not.
No, I don't think so because this started in 2011, and didn't Friends end in like 2004?
Oh yeah, it did.
I know How I Met Your Mother took a lot of the Friends crew. At least I assume it did. It had the same kind of concept. 5 friends always hanging out instead of a coffee house. It's a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Obviously, I have to deal with this. Okay. And the LA Complex, Life as We Know It. I feel like I've heard you talk about that.
Maybe.
Lone Star.
Never heard of it.
I wish this was better.
My So-Called Life, I've heard that.
Never heard of that.
Oh, wait.
I know that actor.
Okay. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Wow. These all
Terminator. Oh my God, I remember that. I wanted that to be. I wanted that to work so bad. I wanted Terminator to work, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. But first, I knew it wouldn't
because it didn't have the Terminator.
It was a movie.
Well, it didn't. It was a TV based on.
I know. It was sad. It was quite sad.
And you knew that he was never going to make an appearance because it was illegal for him to do any kind of movie work.
What about Is Tremors a TV show?
It was, I found out.
Did that work?
No, it's not the same one that with Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon one never got picked up, but there was a Tremors TV show. Just saw it at Walmart this weekend.
I'll tell you, if it's not on Netflix, I'm just not watching it.
It's true. I remember this show.
I'll tell you why. Here, I'm going to give a recommendation for a TV show I'm trying to get Tanner to watch, too. It's called Happy. That guy, what's the guy's name? Well, anyway, he's on Law and Order. And finally, he's actually doing some real acting.
I think he's Law.
He could be.
Or
and
he's
phenomenal.
either
It's a
Law
really
or
good show.
Order.
It's called Happy. Watch it. Not with your kids, though.
I don't know what happens after... That's what... I'm so show pessimistic. Because the whole premise of that show is that the thing that he sees is the girl...
The girl's imaginary
friend. What happens when he finds the girl?
I don't know. I'm not there. It's only 8 episodes.
I know. That's why I'm so afraid of it, because I don't want it to go away. You know that it takes 3 seasons for me to get into a show. Because otherwise I get depressed.
So there is a mom from Michigan.
Mom?
She had to call the police on her son.
Why?
Right when I watched this, just the title of it, I went, she's got to be a single mom. That seems very offensive, but
also,
it flashed in my head.
Did you think it might have been your sister?
A little bit. But then I realized, oh yeah, she's in jail, so she can't do that.
She already used her first phone call.
Right. So listen to it. And then when I went, oh, that's the reason that you called the police on your son, you have to be a single mother, because if this happened and my dad walked, it wouldn't happen. Because I did the same thing. Here, let me play it, and then we'll catch up.
So parenting can be difficult. As much as we try, sometimes our kids need a lesson from a role model. That's what happened to one Grand Blanc Township mom whose son has struggled to get out of bed for school. Veronica Meadows shows us how she called in backup after her son's been late several times.
Now, I did this for my mom.
She's just a horrible person.
Well, she's got 2 or 3 kids. And when the kids aren't, because my mom would do the same thing, get up for school. You just wouldn't listen. And for me, when Dad walked in, it was a complete different story.
Yeah,
Dad's voice felt it in my body when he yelled. All right, here.
14-year-old Grand Blanc West middle schooler Zachary Townsend.
Look at that little brat. He just looks like he's up to no good.
Is he playing Fortnite?
That's all he's thinking about right now is Fortnite.
Is just a normal teenager who loves Fortnite and playing on his phone. But late night screen time recently got him into some trouble.
Question, really quick. If you've ever called the police on your kids, man, do I want to hear those stories.
It better be good, otherwise I'm going to... I've called the police on my 7-year-old son. Call us right now.
866-916-0959. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be young kids. It could be when they're 30s.
No, I want to know from 3202.
Why?
Why did you call the police on your 7-year-old son?
Let's hear how
Actually,
horrible
can you
this-
just call that person?
The Zachariah. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, because that's what I want. We're going to call you 3202, so be ready.
Top one?
Yep. If it doesn't work, get rid of that 920.
Man, you got to be fed up when you're using the police officer's time or 911's time to tell them how horrible of a child you have.
Yeah, I want to figure out what happened. Did they steal,
Hello?
Hi, you're on the radio.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Jen.
Jen, why'd you call the cops on your kid?
Well, I'm a single mom, and his dad passed away a long time ago. And when his dad passed away, I decided that he wasn't going to walk all over me. And he had a really big outburst one day where he started kicking me, and it was the first time he ever hit me. And so I needed to call backup. I'm a small little person, and he was actually
Wait! You called the police because he hit you, and
in a domestic, doesn't somebody have to go to jail?
That's what I mean. Did he have to drag that kid to jail?
Yeah.
Oh no, they come and it was basically a scare tactic. I kind of feel like
Were you? Let me ask you this, Jen. Were you a little embarrassed though because you had to it feels like you can't parent?
Oh, absolutely not. I feel like that was me teaching my son the lesson and
so
showing him what could happen eventually.
Yeah, no,
I would never be embarrassed.
Oh no, I'm not trying to. I've never been in that situation, but I feel like I would be if I had to call. But maybe it's because I'm a dude, and I feel like I need to be able to handle that. I don't know.
Here's my thing, and I don't think you should use the police as a scare tactic.
That's what I think they're saying. Go on.
You know, when he came, I met him at the door, and I just wanted him to explain from a different point of view.
Mace my kid.
Like, yeah, like, no, not raise my kid, but, like, I believe in putting punishments that fit the crime.
No, I said mace your kid. Like, use the mace.
Yeah.
Not raise.
Oh.
Either or. No, I get it. Thank you so much.
He understood, though, so
Thank you,
I
Jen.
wasn't embarrassed at all.
I hope things are getting a little easier.
Okay, no, sorry. This person, I called the cops on my 7-year-old also when he refused to get ready for school. Had the whatever police take him to school 2 days in a row.
See, what you want to know what it is?
This is making me ungodly angry.
It's probably at one point your kids keep saying, I'm going to call the police then. I'm going to call the teacher. And then all of a sudden they keep calling your bluff. And then you're like, I got to go through with this. I called the police on my 15-year-old for hitting me. He's 6 foot and I'm 5'3".
I get it, but you don't get to cry when they pull him off to jail.
6911.
Like, what do you want?
Are you a single mom? I got a theory on this, and I feel really bad about saying this.
Your theory?
That's my theory. Like, if you're, and that's not. I mean, probably not true, but I think a majority of it is because I don't know, because I feel like a dad.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine if I was 15 and I was fisticuffs at my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My dad would take me down in a hot second.
Yeah, it would be the end of it. Now, here's one that I agree with. I called the cops on my 10-year-old for giving me the iPhone, or giving my iPhone to the neighbor kid, and for stealing from stores. I'm okay with that because he's actually committing crimes. I'm not okay when you use the police as a scare tactic because then if anything bad happens, they don't want to call the police. You know what I mean?
Hi, did you end up calling the police?
I actually have to call the police on my daughter quite frequently. So frequently, we have a program. It's a crisis intervention officer. And I'm not proud of it, but I will say that I am a single parent now. But before I was a single parent, I never needed to call the police.
I know. I think it's a guy's voice.
Well, it's not even that.
Back up.
Yeah, it's not. It's not saying that there has to be a man involved to raise kids. What it's saying is if you have two people on one side versus a kid, it's a lot easier than if it's one-on-one.
No, I agree.
Kids are stupid as hell.
But right now, my kids are more disrespectful, and we're trying to fix this, but they feel like they can get away with mom in the room. If I'm watching the kid,
total pushovers.
Well, right. If I'm watching my children, my wife, right when she gets into the house, my kids go nuts and they act crazy, and I go, they were good until you walked in the room. I know you're a great parent, and I know you're trying really hard, but what is the difference? I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying they don't disrespect me. They disrespect me too. Every once in a while, but much more. It's way worse with Angie. Go on. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying my daughter also has other behavioral issues that go along with it. So we were able to set up this special thing so that we don't have a cop car every time we do need, because she gets physical, and my daughter does, or she'll lock us out of places and just crazy, stupid stuff that.
Yeah.
Really, I should just send her to boot camp. It's done with it.
Send her to Maury. Maury will put her in some kind of kid boot camp. Thank you. We appreciate it. Take care.
I'm okay with anybody who calls the police on like a 16-year-old for beating you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Because they're
these days, my mom doesn't even trust the police. She doesn't even trust the police.
Wait, what happened?
My mom doesn't even trust the police. She doesn't trust them because they took her away and stuff, and then for no reason.
They took you away? Did you say they took you away?
Yeah.
Are you our Florida caller that lives in Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got your story on Monday, and it was very confusing, but we figured it out.
Yeah, we got it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks for calling, man.
Hi, did you end up calling the police on your kid?
No, I actually had the police call on me when I was a kid, but I was going to say, you know, how Tanner was saying, getting upset about all the police calls and everything, calling on kids. And, you know, nowadays, it's like, I remember when I was young, the police didn't get involved with things at home. You know, you were able to spank your kids. You were afraid of that. You weren't worried about, like, police. But now, like, I hear people talking about it nowadays. It's like, man, you can't even spank your kids because they're worried about them calling the police on you. You know, your kids can call the cops on you nowadays. So
Well,
now
I mean, that's what we always say. We talk about like being a teacher has got to be at this time to be a teacher has got to be the scariest time in the history of teaching, because you can't even yell at your students.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Then they go home, they tell their parents, or they tell anybody, and then it gets blown out of proportion. And like the kid, for some reason nowadays, is always right. And if they call the
That
police,
is true
or if they do
too.
anything,
Because if I would have went home again, I'm sorry I keep using this example of my old man, but if my teacher would have called home and said I was acting up, I would have come home and my dad, I would have been that he would have punished me for that. But now it's always the teacher's fault.
But whose fault is that? Is that
society?
Exactly. Well, I mean, like, is that your generation's fault, Jake? Like, is it your generation? If you think about it, it's not the kid's fault. The kids are coming home saying the same thing, but it's the parents that are reacting different. And I think I found out that I get annoyed every time somebody says the phrase "back in the day" or "nowadays." Because
you don't like that?
Well, because when he said, "Well, nowadays you can't do this," and it makes me mad because I think you still can spank your kid. Because I don't think that's considered.
Can you still spank your child?
You can spank your child as long as you're not using. As long as you're not using something.
But you can spank them as like that's hitting them. You're literally hitting your kid.
I think legally you are allowed to spank your child.
I want to talk more about this next.
I really do believe that is a thing.
Hey, by the way, Verve,
a credit union.
Yeah, Verve, a credit union. They're always trying to help anybody out, and they got something called. More holiday loan.
Jake, shut up a minute and let me tell you about the more holiday loan.
Yeah, please.
Do you have a car, boat, truck, ATV, not unicycle, at a different financial institution? You're like, you know what, I'm thinking about changing things up. Bring it over to Verve, because then they're going to do the more holiday loan, and they're going to say, hey, thanks for bringing that here. Here's 3 months of not having to pay it.
I'm sorry, I thought you said 3 months.
I did say 3 months, Jake. Clean your ears, for God's sake.
That's embarrassing.
3 months of not having to pay for your car, truck, boat, not unicycle, ATV, really expensive pogo stick.
You really got to. You got to check them out because they're, again, always trying to help any which way they can. They're not saying, I mean, they get you a lowest interest rate? I can't guarantee that, but most likely they're going to get you a lower interest rate.
Yeah, I had credit that at the time when I got there was described as which I think is a technical term for it. And they were able to get me a lower interest rate.
So check them out at verveacu.com. Hey, there's never been a better time to have LASIK at Optivision. It's only $14.95 an eye, and you're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get that free consultation. Well, good morning. Good morning. In the news this morning. Good morning. My name is Jake, and I have a kid that's sick at home. I got to leave pretty much right after the show. Got to run back home and take care of a sick child. That's not fun.
My name is Tanner, and since we are connected at the hip, I will also be running right after the show.
This is the Jake and Tanner Show. Hi, my name is Jake.
Oh, I'm Tanner. We already did that.
Oh, we did.
Remember
My
when you
God,
said your
it
kid
is
is sick, and
Monday.
then I said...
Holy Lord. It is Monday. Oh, that's fun. Well, this is a throwaway week anyway. Nobody's paying attention.
My name's Tanner.
I'm Jake. Cameras in the studio. You want to take a look inside the studio of the Jake and Tanner Show? All you got to do is text TV to 71090.
You should do that. If you're not doing it, are you racist? Are you publicly
Probably.
racist?
Do you
or
like
are you
ISIS?
just closeted racist?
Yeah.
Because there's only two options.
It's the Jake and Tanner Show. My name is Jake.
My name is Tanner. Love this.
So, somebody said you can't spank your kids. This was the new one. Some lawmaker just got arrested for spanking because the kids told their teacher and the teacher called the cops.
That sounds like a story that Fox News just tried to jam down your throat. Jesus. I sat in the gym watching Fox News and everything is out to get you. I'm so sorry for anybody who uses that as your... Not Fox 11. I'm talking about the legit news thing. If you use that as your only source for news, this world is scary for you.
Wisconsin recognizes the right to parent to inflict corporal
Here.
punishment.
I have the right here. Can you legally spank your child? The short answer is yes. In all 50 states and the District of Columbia, you are not forbidden by law to use corporal punishment on your child as long as the form of punishment is reasonable and does not inflict injury. Now, if somebody says, well, that's not good enough, why do you want to injure your child? If you got to slap them on the butt once because just to give them a little scare, I've done it when my kid runs on the road. Because don't do that. Because my hand hitting you on the butt is going to be a lot nicer than a car. But I'd never do bare butt spanking or use an instrument. You shouldn't be able to use a belt.
Yeah, go get I know my neighbors had a willow tree and they had to go pick out a branch.
Yeah,
you're getting whipped.
I don't agree with that.
Here.
If you're leaving welts and stuff on your kid, you should feel bad.
Text line or to call us 866-916-0959. Did you ever how did your parents punish you? Do you know what I mean? Because nowadays you can't do... I said nowadays, but you can't do that right now.
But I think you can.
But you can't. You can't go get willow branches.
You can't go get that, but I think that's a good step.
Right, but I think back in the day, like when you call your kid smoking, I know...
it was smoke the whole pack.
Smoke with a bucket over your head.
Or drink. If you got caught drinking, drink until you puke. Now, like I said, I think you still can. I think everybody likes to say the phrase, well, you can't do anything anymore. Soap. I think you can. I think people just like saying nowadays you can't do anything.
I spank Dewey, and I don't do that. I really don't. I hate it. I'm kind of against. I'm against it, and I ended up doing it because I lost my cool.
Yeah.
And
it's better than throwing him a pair of gloves and saying, that's it, Dewey, we're going 5 rounds. Give him a chance to fight back at least.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, my name is Morgan. You guys were looking for stories about our parents and how they would discipline us?
How were you a horrible child?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not listening to mom or dad, but you guys are totally right about dad being way more threatening than mom. But I actually found out my dad never hit us as children. Like, I swore he did, but he never did. It was always a threat.
That's how terrifying your dad was.
Yeah, that's
you
how...
You just figured he beat you.
Is that better? I think that's better.
I do too.
Okay. But I'm the one that was texting about CPS having to come over. My brother told our teacher that my dad beat us, and so they had to question me. We were in elementary school, so they had to question me about it, and I was freaking out. And so I go home, and CPS came over, and they had to talk to our parents, and they let them know, like, yeah, you can spank your kids, but you can't. There can be no bruises or marks, and you can't wash your kid's mouth out with soap, like solid soap, because they could choke on it.
That is true.
Text line, my grandma used to spank me with a yardstick and a fly swatter.
Yeah,
hey, thank you so much for the call. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, well, I was going to say, I actually recently found out as well, my grandmother on my mom's side switched my brother when we were, like, toddlers. And I was so appalled. I found this out, like, a year ago. I was like, how dare you?
Wait, you got they would get a branch. She got a branch?
went outside and got a branch and switched my brother. Yeah, I found that out. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't realize that had happened. Like, that's so crazy
think,
to me.
again, just jumping on what Tanner said, I agree. If you're using an instrument to cause pain, that's different. That's almost all just weird, hostile torture thing.
That's just abuse.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at a point, my mom's hand, because she was the only one that spanked us, her hand, it was no longer a threat. It was like whatever. So it was always the wooden spoon. We always got the wooden spoon.
But did you get it?
Or
There's a difference.
I have definitely.
Oh, you did.
No, I have been hit with those because when Mom would spank us, we would laugh. Like it was so.
Do you
remember the birth of a fetish?
I've never heard of birth of a fetish until right now.
That's where it started.
Do it again, Mommy.
No, not like that. It was just
All right, thanks. It's getting dirty now. Do you remember? Well, you probably don't, but schools. A teacher used to be able to beat their students with like a paddle.
No. Do you know what schools it was? The Jesus schools.
Oh yeah.
You always hear about the nun would come over with a switch and she just rap you on the knuckles. It's a nun. They're not supposed to hurt you.
My dad used to keep a piece of his headboard under the refrigerator and use that for us for punishment.
Why?
That's just
what does it symbolize?
That's just a board.
That's a weird thing. Why did it have to be part of your headboard?
And why under the refrigerator? Hi.
Well, everything's under there,
I guess.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. Did you? Were you a horrible child?
Beat?
Yeah.
I was a horrible child. When I used to act out, I would get beat with one of those wooden spoons that had the holes in them.
Yeah, so there's no wind resistance.
So for better velocity.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you? So it wasn't just a thread. You actually got beat with it.
Oh yeah. Like bare bottom spanking as hard as
could you imagine somebody saying that like right now? If a parent called up right now and said, "I use a wooden spoon on my kid," you can't do that.
But you shouldn't be able to.
No, I agree with you. But it was more socially acceptable to do that. But years ago,
and everybody's saying, "Well, that's the time when people had respect." BS. People didn't have respect always. You never got hit. Ever. You've got respect for people. I didn't get hit, ever. I've got respect for people. It's not how you discipline them. It's how you raised them.
I agree with that. My dad yelling, though, and again, I'm going back to this.
Good enough.
He put the fear of God in me in his voice.
Like, you didn't have to hit anybody. Anybody who's saying...
It's kind of like a dog, too. I feel like you don't need to do that. Some people beat their dogs.
Yeah.
And you can just use your voice.
I'll say this. I feel like if you got hit with a wooden spoon or some kind of instrument, or if you're planning on doing it and get ready to get mad because you're a little dumb and your brain doesn't know how to handle anger and frustration, so the only thing you're reverting back to is I need to hit this to make it better fit what I want.
I'm a wooden spoon survivor. That was on the text line. Hi, who's this?
Hi. So my mom was like a big one on making me eat soap all the time. But you know, as like the hard soap kind of disappeared, she made me do liquid soap, and that burns the whole way down, man. It burns.
Well, you didn't have to swallow it.
I can just
feel
hear
like
all
that's
swallow it.
Yeah.
No, she made me swallow it. Yeah,
I
and
feel like
it
you
was
didn't
awful.
have to. Thanks, appreciate it. Let's just take a couple more. Hi. How are you beat as a kid?
Yeah, with wooden spoons, and then my grandpa ended up telling my mom to drill holes through the top so the air would pass through.
Yeah, got to get there a little faster.
Thanks, man.
I got to hit my kid faster because otherwise, you know, if you think about it, in a minute span, if it goes from 5 hits on the butt to 6, over a time of year, I'll get more hitting kids.
Hi, did you get a wooden spoon on you?
No, I got the choice of belt or slipper.
A slipper? Does that hurt?
What kind of slipper did your...
Oh, so my grandma lived with us, and, you know, she was this little old lady. So she reminded me of Yoda from the old,
old Star Wars?
Star Wars 1 through 3.
Sure.
And then, you know how, like, in the last one, he's, like, all can't move, and then all of a sudden he's all super... can go everywhere. Well, that's what she did. She'd like take her slipper from her foot and then just smack me.
And just be like a ninja with it?
Wait, where? Where did they hit you? On the face?
Oh, she hit me wherever she could.
Wherever she could reach.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it. Hey, can you read? We before this break started, we Googled. Are you allowed to hit your kids in Wisconsin to punish them or whatever? And then you know how Google gives you recommendations of other things people have searched?
Yeah.
So this is what it said underneath that.
This is what it said after I put, can you spank your child? And it said, people also on Google asked, when should you spank your child? Is it cool to hit your kid?
Jeez.
Is it illegal to punch your child? When can I hit my kid with a belt?
Yeah.
If you have asked those last two, can I punch my kid and when can I hit my kid with a belt? Have your kids taken away. I think it's weird when people are like, my grandpa went out there or my dad went out there and made a paddle. I've never been so mad to where I wanted to go and make work for myself or make something and like think about it. What in this garage could I use to hit children?
I think there's more of creative ways to punish your kids. Like that
shame,
one,
like my children, or like my parents did.
Mine, oh my God! I remember when Dad would be disappointed. Oh, that was the worst. When they weren't even mad. They were just like, he would go. Mom would be like, Dad needs to talk to you. So I'd go out to the garage or wherever he was drinking his natural light.
He'd shotgun one with his keys, and then he'd tell you how disappointed.
You're the reason I drank. You're the reason of my alcoholism. No, and he said, he goes, I don't even know what to say. Just go. And I'm like, no, yell at me. Yell at me so I can be mad at you for yelling at me, and then I can go tell Mom, and then Mom will feel bad for me because you yelled at me.
Yeah.
No, don't just be disappointed. I don't want that.
Yeah. Why can't you yell at me so I have a reason to listen to Twisted Sister? And I feel like you flipped your bangs back, and you're like, screw you, Dad.
I hate my dad. I'm going to make a CD, and it's going to be all about you.
There's no better punishments than the disappointed father and a crying mom.
Yeah.
If you're a mom now, or if you can cry on demand, you'll never have to hit your kid because the second that your kid sees their mom cry, they regret every decision in their life.
They shape up real quick. My wife has done it, but she's actually done it because they're horrible little children. So she has actually cried because she's crying because of them.
Yeah.
And they shaped up. Yeah. Do we stop? He wouldn't get dressed. The little brat she would put clothes on him to go to school, and he'd just rip them off and then laugh. You know what I mean? And it was like, and she's trying to get these kids on the bus, and then he missed the bus, and so she started crying, and then he's like, I'll put my clothes on, Mom.
Yeah.
And then you get it? Yeah. Boy, learn that. Learn how to fake cry.
Learn how to cry on command. My kid, I feel so bad. I can't live next to people anymore because my kid cries like she's being murdered.
Yeah.
And she makes things up when she's crying. Like we're putting on her pajamas last night, and that's a 2-person job now. Don't know when that started. Mm-hmm. And as we're putting it on, she yelled, "Stop kicking me! You're kicking me! Stop kicking me!"
My kid lies too, like that. He lies a lot with Piper. Like if Piper says something like, "Hey, get
out of my room" or something.
He starts crying and then says, "Piper hit me in the face," and she's like, "No, I didn't." Yeah.
But no, and like I was changing her diaper and she's like, no, stop, get off me, stop, you're hitting me. And I was like, Dad, fine, poop in the corner.
Put the gun away, Dad. Dad, I don't, not the gun again.
There you go, change it. It's Tanner.
Oh, yeah.
Tanner, get off me, go away.
What is happening to that poor child? No, I remember when I was at one point washing my daughter's hair to take a bath. We'd wash her hair. She would scream.
Like you were
like I was ripping every piece of hair out of her head. And I had to shut the window. I go, Ian, we can't. Why do we even have to do baths anymore?
And that looks worse. That looks a million times worse.
If the neighbor
was like, look, and then here's Jake as a screaming. It's a little bit more muffled. Draw the blinds. Be like, oh, he's murdering her.
No, that was fun talking about beating children.
Well, yeah.
We didn't think we were going to get into that, but we did. We do have a take from Jake and Tanner that we got to do. We got to give away some money.
And we have, when you lose, a consolation prize.
Oh, we do.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to talk, possibly, we're going to do that. We are definitely going to get into the take from Jake and Tanner in this hour. I want to talk this Artie Lange story because I find it interesting. I want you to see this guy's nose now from snorting so much heroin.
You've been teasing that since 6:05.
We'll try and get into it next. Jake and Tanner Show. My voice is gone. For some reason, it's not enough LaCroix. It's Jake and Tanner Show. Hi, I'm Jake.
Too many LaCroix.
We're going to play Take from Jake and Tanner here in a few. Is it $60 or up to $60? I think so. $60 we're going to try giving away here in a few minutes. Do we know who Artie Lange is? You do. I know you do. I guess I'm... Let me rephrase that. Do you think anybody else knows?
Many milk duds in my mouth in the beginning of this.
Anybody else knows who Artie Lange is? Probably, maybe.
Not.
No,
not by name.
He was on the Howard Stern show for years, and boy, that guy's got an interesting way he came about getting that job. Because Howard Stern was Howard Stern at this time. It wasn't like he was in the beginning stages of the Howard Stern show. Mm-hmm. He was making tons of money.
He was in it.
He was Artie Lange used to be a humongous fan and always wanted to work there. He was working construction and saying that he's going to be part of the Howard Stern. He was just putting that out in the universe.
Yep.
And he ended up basically doing that. He went on there and he was funny, and then Howard put him on the show. I mean, I don't know if it was just like that 1, 2, 3 like that, but
I'm sure it a little bit more hoops to jump through, but still.
He had a major drug problem. Still does, because he was appeared in New Jersey courtroom on Friday over a probation violation. Now, I'm going to put this up on the TV screen. So if you text TV to 71090, you're going to see this. He's was majorly into cocaine, majorly into heroin, and majorly into snorting heroin. You've got to look at his nose because of the drugs.
Cocaine and Suboxone.
It's on the big it's on the screen right now. Check this out.
The only way that Mr.
Yeah, he has ruined it.
I need to get closer.
Let's see a side view of this.
Oh my God, it's...
Check this out.
Dude.
That's all from drugs.
Dude, poor Artie. He was on a show called Crashing.
Yes, I do remember it with Pete, whatever.
With Pete Holmes, and I feel bad now because they joked about him not being clean and stuff in that show and everything, and it was probably more towards a cry for help.
Let me hear what
it was an actual acting.
He interrupts the judge here.
Can I say one thing? I just want to say...
If it's okay with your attorney.
I just wanted to say I wouldn't be arrogant enough to come in here after using cocaine for 2 days. It's in my system, and it shouldn't be.
Oh, you're saying that?
Heroin is out of my life, and I'm happy about that, and I'll do it.
Look at that! No!
Dude, it is so messed up. That shouldn't be a thing.
Look at that!
I honestly do feel bad for him. Because he probably could.
Do you know how many chances, too, Howard Stern gave him?
Oh,
tons of them.
Tons, man.
Tons. He so let me just finish this. I have the blow up. It'd be interesting to hear. Do you want me to play just part of the blow up of when Howard Stern finally gave up on Artie Lange?
Yeah.
And they ended up hating each other for it, and it's the most ridiculous thing ever. But anyway, why his nose is like that is because he snorts coke, heroin, and one time he accidentally snorted glass while trying to smash up some OxyContin tablets and snort them.
I've never been in a situation where I would accidentally snort glass.
No, I would never want to be in that.
No,
I don't even. I don't.
That's not even in a realm of possibilities for me.
The judge gave him a break, told him to apply to Drug Court, which is a program that offers rehab.
Sounds like a bad 80s television show.
Drug Court.
Drug Court!
It's supervision rather than hard time. Because he admitted that he'd done cocaine 10 days earlier, but he actually said he's been off heroin for 41 days.
Good!
So,
I mean...
And then he posted on Twitter, and it says, "Come on, guys, it's Artie. Come give me a hug. I screwed up again, but I'm a screw-up. It's what I do, but I'm never going to give up. Don't you give up on me, you fans. You're all I got, and I'm lucky. You're the best. Now get over here. Give me a hug. Good night. Peace out." Something like that.
Do you think people actually showed up to his house?
I doubt it. Let me play the...
I do feel bad, because it seems like he wants to get clean.
So this is Howard Stern. I beeped out what I could. Now, I hope I got everything, because this is when they're on satellite radio, and they can just go ahead and say whatever they wanted.
And, I mean, it was early this morning, so you were drunk.
Right.
So if you
Very
forgot something,
still.
it's not your fault.
So this is when Howard wanted to see if this hot girl would be attracted to him since he's overweight or something like that.
Sounds very Howard Stern-y.
It was kind of offensive, but
But I mean, that's kind of what you get into.
We don't have to play this whole thing, but
You believe this hot chick likes fat guys? I'll do my bro.
this was in 2007. by the way.
I do, douchebag.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And you want to know something? I thought you were a bro. Honestly.
I don't want to be a bro. I don't even know what the that means.
You know exactly what it means. A dear friend. And you know what?
He take it. He can't
You're not my bro.
Good.
I mean it. I mean, really. Bro
He's
is
insulting.
Bro, hey, you know what? I'll tell you what, man. In my day, because I grew up in the 60s.
Coming up here in a minute is when Howard, when he said something to Howard, and that's when it was over.
Well, okay, bro.
Like, you know what's happening in 2007, Mr. ACDC.
Yeah. So let me tell you something.
Here's what you're not
I'll be
admitting.
sure not to call you a bro, because you're not a bro. And I am admitting the truth here. I did it out of friendship.
You're not admitting that that
It's good
segment was
radio.
supposed to make me look like a
Wrong.
fat guy.
I will
who
never
can't get
admit
laid.
that. Bullshit.
And
I would do the same for myself.
It's embarrassing for me on the air, and that's what's entertaining
Dude,
about it.
you've got it 100% wrong if you think that's my motivation in this.
What if I strolled in a girl who's into geeky-looking pelican and odd guy?
I cared about you.
And she's got a fetish.
So right there, when he called him a pelican, it's when Howard lost it. And this
Seems like a really weird.
but it's probably
But I
over.
get- it
This is
sounded
probably so many times.
It sounds like he's done with Artie Lange already.
With all the drugs and all this, and he knew he was back on drugs. Well, this went on. I think they did this bit for 40, not a bit, but talked about this for like 45 minutes. There's like 5 segments of this thing.
That's what I like about the Howard Stern show is that you think we take things a little too long.
Oh
He
my
does them
God.
for hours.
Hours.
He will talk about something that only he cares about for hours, and guess what? He makes millions of dollars a year.
Well, let me tell you exactly. How much do you think Artie Lange was making on the co-hosting with Howard?
$750,000 a year.
$2 million a year. He was making $2 million a year from doing construction
to that,
and he was actually pretty much kind of co-hosting it with him. He became a really big part of that show,
and then he got into doing stand-up as well.
Yep. Robin Quivers,
she makes a lot. She's got to be making a whole bunch.
$10 million a year.
Yeah.
She's basically his sidekick. But that show,
she's
man,
the
my
reason,
God, that show.
If you've ever seen the movie Private Parts, I recommend it. That is a great motion picture.
It is.
I lost what I was going to say.
No, that's okay.
But it's really, she was there in the beginning. I'd almost feel bad, like, because I know it's the Howard Stern show, and he's what makes it. But if he's making like 10 times as much as Robin, like that would kind of suck.
But there is no help from Robin. Do you know what I mean? There is, but there's not. Howard is
Howard's
doing
his own. Yeah, he's
doing
the
his own.
major talent there.
He's the one that's going and doing. He's talking to the people to make. He made all the syndication happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even Robin said that. I don't know why people just don't listen to Howard, because whatever he says in radio happens. It will happen. Like, they didn't want syndication. There was no such thing as syndicating radio shows.
Yeah.
And he says, no, I want my morning show heard all over. They go, well, that doesn't happen in radio because you need local. And he goes, bull. And then, like, 2 years later, he's almost in, like, every major market state being number one.
God, is he good?
Oh, he's so good.
And he paved the road. If it wasn't Howard, it would have been somebody else. But he is
he's the starter of reality radio, something that we do kind of branch off from what he did, but he started all that realism.
Yeah, he did.
With radio, but that's sad. Anyway, I just want to say drugs are bad. If you want to show your kids what drugs do, go ahead and type in Artie Lange knows.
See, it would have been better if he used to be good looking. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, he was a lot better than...
if you would have been like, look at if that Artie Lange was George Clooney 5 years ago.
Yeah, and see what happens. Oh, yeah, I see what
you know, it's like it would have been better. It's like, oh, the before is not that great either, Mom. You could have just shown me that.
Which one's the after? What's the before?
I don't get it.
Money. It became easy low. When you're making $2 million a year, all of a sudden you can make. Well, I guess
I just feel like I would find better things to do.
How much is heroin? Can anybody afford that?
Yeah.
I want to know, how much is a dime bag of heroin? Do you get dime bags in heroin?
I think so.
You do?
I think you can get a bag of heroin for like...
I thought it was liquid, or do you melt it?
No. Yeah. You got to boil it in some water. and then you inject it into your toes.
Hey, if you
and eyes.
do heroin, or you have, how much were you paying for it? I really would like to know this. 71090.
How?
Can I afford that? 866-916-0959. You know I like hobbies.
I believe you can.
Yeah.
I think heroin is surprisingly affordable.
Hi, are you a heroin addict?
No, but
how much do you spend a week in heroin?
3430 spends a lot.
No, 3430 cannot spend money on heroin because 3430 gets random drug tests.
Damn.
That's the only reason. Not that heroin would ruin your life. It's because you get random drug tests.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you weren't even like, I can't even afford the habit. You're just like, I just don't want my employer to find out.
I can't get caught. I got a family.
If I find a place who doesn't look at my urine, I'm on the heroin train.
You should be our producer then.
Well, I mean, if Artie Lange could be in the Howard Stern show, why can't 3430 be part of the Jake?
You are. You're more part of it than you think.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I need to be in the studio. I need to be on site.
You need a paycheck from us.
This is about as good as we need to be.
This is as close as we want.
This is as close as we need to be.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Did you find out any information on how much heroin
if you were
costs?
looking for about 0.1 gram of heroin bought on the streets, it's about $15 to $20.
Somebody said $40 a bin. What is a bin?
I don't know, but drugs should not be
that cheap.
No, measured in bins.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen a small bin? No.
No, I never saw a small bin.
Either way,
it's a bin. You can put things in it.
It's got to be bigger than Tupperware.
Yeah.
A bin has to be bigger than a country crock tub. That's a lot of heroin.
Heroin, $40 a half gram. My baby daddy is in prison for selling it. Was he making it?
The estimated cost of a bag is only about $10.
But I guess when it starts getting expensive is when you want it all the time.
If you right here on there, if you are a very heavy user of heroin, your habit can cost you anywhere between $150 and $200 a day.
God, now
this
is what I want to know. Now
I never understood that.
I want to know how much when you were doing drugs and when you were hooked. How much were you spending a month or a week or a day? How bad did it get? Because I'm sure I mean, people obviously are ruining their lives from it.
Well, what I want to know is how were you able to afford... Because I've heard stories of people who live in, like, garbage areas and have nothing and have no cars, and then they'll be like, I spent $5,000 a week on heroin or on cocaine or crystal meth. Where is that money coming from? Are you hooking, or like what are you doing to make that kind of
Probably
money?
Borrowing it from family. BIN stands for bindle. What's a bindle?
Wait, like a hobo bindle?
What is a bindle?
Wait,
I don't know what a bindle is. I've never heard of this.
Is that what those a bindle is? A stick and a handkerchief.
It's just a heroin stick?
The heroin stick and a handkerchief. Is that what every hobo had?
Somebody said I spent $10,000 a month. Where were you getting... in a month. Maybe in a month. Because there's no way you're spending $10,000 unless you got an amazing job.
They said I spent $10,000 a month. Where is that coming from?
Credit cards? Or did you just have a job?
Yep. A lot of drug dealers today have squares. You just swipe them through.
Thank you.
And it's the opposite. It looks like you're buying porn.
I just don't know how else you do it. Anyway.
Yeah, because what are these people... I guess, well, that's what's-his-face died from. Raindrop! He was from... he has 3 names.
Oh.
Patrick?
No. Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. He died of that.
I know you were talking about that guy. I guess 3 names.
Yeah, 3 names in
I don't know why you said Raindrop, Low.
Have you never seen that? That's my favorite scene. I think it was Along Came Polly or Forget About Mary or something about Mary, where they were playing basketball.
God, you have me so confused right now. I've never been more confused.
When he was playing basketball, and he was so bad at it, and he would just be like, take it into the hole! And he'd throw it and it'd go way over. And then he'd be like, raindrop! And he would just bounce as hard as possible off of the backboard.
All right, speaking of money, we're going to try, maybe if you have a drug habit, we can help you out. Because we got $60, and we just learned that's a little bit more than a bindle. You got a little bit more for a bindle then for $60.
You can get 6 dime bags of heroin with that.
Yeah, that's how we're going to start doing that with this show.
No, that's not what Prospero wants.
No,
it's not what they want.
All right, take from Jake and Tanner. We'll do it next. I get to go home to a sick kid soon. How's your kid? Healthy? It's good.
Yeah,
Real
she's
good.
always...
Told my wife yesterday, I go, if our kids are sick or we're sick, we can't go visit we'll wipe them out. And I wasn't trying to be mean. I was like, if your dad got a cold or the flu, I would feel awful because I think it would take a long time for him to recover. And she's like, you're right. So...
You've been coughing in your kid's face a lot this week?
Yeah, we're heading down there Friday. We're going to go over to Michigan. It's Jake and Tanner Show. My name is Jake.
My name is Tanner. What time are you leaving?
Today?
No. On Friday. To go to Michigan.
Like 7.
At night?
No, morning.
We work
Saturday.
Friday.
Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm going Saturday. Yeah. We're going Saturday. Saturday morning.
I would have been so confused if you just didn't show up that day.
Did he even mention it? Is that where we are on the show now?
Yeah. Now does he just expect me to come in here? Oh, I have to get cut, or my kid's sick, or my family's dying.
Well, I think the family's dying. That's a big one, right? I would think. All right, so Steve Harvey, you follow you know Miss Universe pageant, right?
Yeah,
you follow
I
that.
take bets on it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
legally,
it was in Bangkok.
We gotta change the name of that town.
Yeah,
we have to.
So
it's like a couple other dirty names of towns.
Sure. Steve Harvey's gonna tell you who won.
Only 2 women remain. South Africa.
God, do you remember when he messed that up and that was a talk for like 4 months? How
that was the
embarrassing.
Best.
I rewatched it this morning.
It's really funny, isn't it?
Let's see if it's still up.
Yeah.
I do have it up. Here's Steve Harvey before he announces the correct one this year, and 3 years ago in 2015 he really messed up. I'm sorry. I got to apologize.
I have to apologize.
Oh no, you can tell the hurt in his eyes. He's like, oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. Oh, look at the poor woman with the crown on her head. Did they take it right off her head?
Yeah, and the sash and the flowers.
How did I not watch
Oh,
this?
it's amazing.
Hold on. Oh, this is cringeworthy.
The first runner-up is Colombia.
Oh, look at the hurt and embarrassment and the sadness, and look at Colombia. She's like, wait, I won? We like to do news that was 3 years. The break before this, we talked about Artie Lange in 2007. So we're right on track of doing a horrible show. This
did a review on a city or on a movie from like 1998.
Miss Universe.
Well, let's hear. I want to just see the crown getting taken away.
Yeah.
Hold on, here she comes. I hope she takes it off her head.
Why didn't they just do it?
Yeah.
Why didn't they do it off air? And my reasoning for that is nobody would have heard about it.
And then come back from commercial and go,
no, I mean, just wait until the end.
Oh, yeah.
And then just be like, you didn't win.
All right, so if anybody
I guess
cares.
you want to give that person their moment. But,
This is what happened. And then we're going to go and do a take from Jake and Tanner. So 866-916-0959 if you want to play.
Only 2 women remain.
This is this year.
South Africa and Philippines. Sure. Both of you have worked so hard to get here. But only one of you is about to become our new Miss Universe. If for any reason the winner is unable to fulfill her duties, the first runner-up will take her place. Good luck to you both.
Be in parades.
Yeah,
for the next year.
The new Miss Universe is Philippines.
Has she been winning every year? Is that
don't know.
a thing? I have dirty towns.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can. Well, go ahead.
Here, Rough and Ready, California.
Ooh, nice.
Horny Town, North Carolina.
I like that one.
Hooker, Oklahoma.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Spread Eagle, Wisconsin.
Actually, that's my favorite now.
Tight Squeeze, Virginia.
That one just topped for my favorite.
Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
That one's okay.
Reamstown.
Oh, now my new favorite.
Cumming, Georgia. Climax, Michigan. Moorhead, North Carolina.
I used to have a hat that said that.
I can't even read this one. I really can't. Hump Tulips, Washington.
Oh my God! You can actually read them. They're cities.
Okay, then this one's called Tillicum, Washington.
Right. All right, maybe we should. Let's find your opponent.
Oh, and that's just in the U.S.
Who's this?
Bill.
Is who?
Ooh.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
Hello.
Bill.
Hi, Bill.
No, Will.
Will. Hi, Will.
Hi. How are you?
Have you played before, Will?
Yeah.
Did you win? Have you won before?
Yeah, I won $40, I think it was.
Yeah, but how long ago?
No.
Never mind, love you.
Picking somebody else. You don't get to play twice and try to win twice.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Tori.
Tori, have you won?
No.
Which, by the way, a producer would be asking the same things once we get one.
Yeah.
All right, Tori, we're going to play. We've got a few minutes here. 5 questions. We're going to ask you. Tanner's going to be out of the room, in the hallway, in the soundproof hallway, in a straitjacket for some reason, and a face mask. Oh, dang it. Don't do that! I got to pick up my keys. It's rude. You got, I don't know, 30 seconds or so to answer these, okay? And if you get stuck, you can pass. Time willing, we'll get back to that question. Tanner's going to come back in the room and get asked the same questions, okay? He's going to try beating you, though.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Let me, Sorry, I'm not prepared. All right, here we go. The timer will begin when I'm done reading the first question. On a farm, a kid is a baby what?
Goat.
What is Aurora Borealis? Aurora Borealis, commonly known as?
The Northern Lights. The Northern Lights.
What is the name of Harry Potter's pet owl?
Hedwig.
A shuttlecock is used in what sport?
Badminton.
What fictional detective lived on 221B Baker Street?
Sherlock Holmes.
I just got amazing news.
Why? Who? Why? What? Where? When? Where were you out there? Who were you talking to?
We have gifts.
We have gifts?
But I have to wait until 10 to get them.
Why? What are the gifts?
Because they're from Joe.
For
and
what?
I'm taking the hit. They're gift cards for something. Either way.
Oh, man. I can't.
I know you can't. I already told him that you can't. So...
I love gifts.
Well, I'll get your gift for you unless I like it, and then disregard this conversation.
Tori, how do you think you did?
5 out of 5.
Oh, shut up,
Wow.
Tori! You're a liar! You're a liar, and you're gonna get fired for lying.
Book
You're
it.
fired.
Book it, Tanner.
Timer will begin when I'm done reading the first question.
I haven't even gone yet, and she's in my head. Can
On
we
a
get new
farm,
person?
a kid is a baby what?
Goat.
What is Aurora Borealis commonly known as?
The Northern Lights.
What is the name of Harry Potter's pet owl?
Hoodwink. That's wrong.
A shuttlecock is used in what sport?
Badminton.
What fictional detective lived at 221B Baker Street?
221B Baker Street?
Yeah.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Let's go through these.
Ugh, she probably did get... She sounds like a Harry Potter nerd.
By the way, I want to thank Know-It-All Noah for giving this trivia here today. Appreciate it. Makes my job a lot easier. On a farm, a kid is a baby what? She said goat. You said goat. Goat is the correct answer. Aurora Borealis, commonly known as... I didn't know if I was saying that right. It took me a second when I was pronouncing it with... or trying to pronounce it with her. Northern Lights is correct. Both of you said Northern Lights. Shuttlecock used for what sport? Badminton. Both of you said badminton. She said Sherlock Holmes. You said Sherlock Holmes. For what fictional detective lived at 221B Baker Street? The final answer, you're tied 4-4 right now. The final answer, one of you got right, one of you got wrong.
I hate losing. Especially $60. Now we gotta...
what is the name of Harry Potter's pet owl? What did you say? You said Sherman or something?
No, I said Hoodwink.
Hoodwink. What did you end up saying, Tori?
Hedwig.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah! That's it!
Damn it! I knew I was close, but I knew it was wrong! Tori! I hate your face!
$60. Big thanks to Prosperity Credit Union with Life Stage Personal Guidance.
Go get your heroin with that, Tori.
All right, Tori, we'll put you on hold and get all your info, okay?
Great.
So we're gonna be at a whopping $20 tomorrow.
Well, who do we give the bar thing to now?
No, we'll do a caller 9 here in a
I
minute.
should have played what's his face.
Actually, read that really quick and we'll give it away. There's never been a better time to have LASIK and vision. It's only $14.95 a night. You're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're gonna get that free consultation.
Well, Jake, caller 9 today is gonna get a bar happy power party. It's a party at the bar with wings and pizzas and dips.
Hey. We're going to do that right now. So 866-916-0959. Verve a credit union. Now, all this information before we say it at verbacu.com. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it at the end. So verbacu.com. They're here to help. They have something called More Holiday Loan.
My favorite part about the More Holiday Loan is the entire thing. It's where you move a car, boat, truck, car, or truck over from a different financial institution to Verve.
90 days. I'm going to just say it. I'm so excited.
Okay, I didn't even get that far yet. They don't even know what that.
You don't have to pay it back. That's just a lot of money.
No.
Your payments don't start for 90 days.
Yeah, but that sounded like the part that I wanted to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's very exciting for me. It's 90.
So you take your
whatever loan. You just say whatever loan. You go. God,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then you move it over there, and they're going to say, "Hey, don't worry about paying us for 90 days." You see how that just didn't have the same thing?
No, I felt it.
No. You see how it didn't have that same kind of. Like really fun. Like when you said it, it was a lot of fun,
well,
and
I'm sorry.
I didn't get to share in that excitement with you.
I like when they were here and how nice they are. We actually had a meeting, and when we left that meeting, we were like, they're too nice. I almost don't trust them how nice they are.
But I do trust them because I've bought my house is now through them. I have all my checking. I have the Roundup savings. I have the kickback checking.
They want to make sure you're happy.
All of my car loans are there.
They want to help you save money, and they got numerous ways to do it there.
They have too many ways to do it, honestly. Go into a Verve branch or go to verveacu.com. Find out all of the you will not... Like, you look at all those other places that are like, oh, we're the big box, blah, blah, blah. They don't even have half of the awesome features that Verve does. So if you're not doing
how much money have you saved?
It's somewhere between none, and $2.5 billion.
Right, that's a big difference, but that's a lot of wiggle room. But
it's in there. Did you literally eat chocolate as we're doing this read?
I'm sorry. Just remember.
My favorite. No, never mind. You do it.
verbacu.com. Hey, there's never been a better time to have Blaze Get Optivision. It's only $14.95 a night. You're back to work the next day. Call 1-800-20-HAPPY. You're going to get that free consultation.